everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Crypto on the Rocks. We got a newbie to Crypto on the Rocks tonight. Not new to the channel, but new to Crypto on the Rocks. BC Port Corp, welcome.
How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I just heard somebody else popping in. It's Bedell. He's making his way here. Here we go. There he is. Welcome, Bedell. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, okay, now I can. Yeah. I was like, what happened to Bedell? Well, guys, we got some stuff to talk about, but first things first. I want to start with cheers because we got a bunch of people in the chat. We're gonna go shout everybody out in the chat. So listen, you can put cheers in the chat, but I'm gonna at least get through this first shout out before we're doing a whole crap ton of cheers here. And you got me so shit faced I can't talk straight because BC's fired up and I can't let him be fired up by himself. So all right, let's start with you guys ready? We'll start with a cheers. We good? Cheers. All right, let's go take a look at the chat and see who we got here. Let's zip back a little bit. We got a lot of people. There you go. Username in the house with the rib chat. There it is. And let's see here. Shuby, of course, with the cheers. There we go. Shuby, hopefully you'll be joining us later. Appreciate you. Username saying I'm back. We did see you stepped away and you made it just in time for the show. Perfect. Yeah, Shub, you're right. Username is in a lot of the damn chats. He is everywhere. But he had to be here tonight because BC was here. He loves BC. Sin is in the house. Happy Friday. Cheers. Alexandra G. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Am I missing anybody? Wolfpack is back. There you go. There it is. Look at that. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up in the chat here. Yeah, rib chats throughout the chat. I like it. All right, yes, rib chats everywhere. Rib chats. All right, guys, appreciate you all being here tonight. We have had a lot of interesting crypto stuff this week, have we not?
That's an understatement.
That's it. That's me, man. The understatement. Oh man. Oh, hey, yeah. See, people, Joe, you can't get away from Joe either. He's everywhere. There you go.
Automatic Beats, welcome.
In the house. Appreciate you. All right, listen, if you haven't already voted, you know the drill. Every week, I take $25 DCA into crypto. 15 of that crypto goes into Bitcoin every single week. And then you guys vote for where the last $10 goes. Right now, these are your options. Now, remember, on the poll, there's only 4 options because they only give me 4 options. If you want one that isn't listed in the poll, let me know. Put it in the chat, and I will record your vote. But this first half, 2024, is ADA, Dash, Gala, Link, Litecoin, and XLM. Those are your options. So make sure you take a moment to vote. Buck is in the house. Welcome, Buck. Appreciate you. So guys, you know that I also take the polls, and before Crypto on the Rocks starts, I put it out everywhere else, Facebook, Patreon, X, even on YouTube community chat. And then I go before we start this stream, and I go and see what the votes are. We have one that's in the lead, not a winner because we're not done voting yet. One that's in the lead and a tie for second place. Let's start with this. Everybody in the chat too. Who do you think so far is in the lead? Adele, we'll start with you. Who you think is in the lead?
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted, brother. You're muted.
Yeah, I had to cough. Sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. I'll put it back up just so you.
I was hoping ADA, but as it's not one of the 4, I'm probably going to go with XLM.
Oh, ADA is one of the 4
on the YouTube poll.
Yeah.
Oh, I must not see it.
That's okay. But what one did you want to go with?
XLM.
Okay. BC, what do you think? Who's in the lead so far before we go to the poll?
Honestly, I'm gonna hope LTC because LTC is holding up the best.
Okay. Joe, what are you thinking?
Yeah, for me, it was a toss-up for who's in the lead. Not who I'm voting for, but who's in the lead between Cardano and Litecoin. I'm going to go LTC, Litecoin.
Okay. Well, you two are correct. Litecoin has a very slim lead so far. And RMT in the house saying dash, dash, dash. There you go. Listen, man, I like Dash. But unfortunately, Dash is not one of the two that's tied for second place. You guys want to take a shot at who's tied for second?
I'm gonna say,
how about you, Joe? You want to start us off? Who's tied for second? Who are you thinking?
So you got to say two of them then, right?
Or, well, at least one of the two.
Okay.
Who? Yeah.
I'll go Cardano.
Okay.
So that's one of them.
Shuby saying XLM.
I mean, that's the two I would have picked. ADA and XLM probably in second.
Okay. What about you there, Badell? Who do you think's in that second place spot?
Probably Link.
Well, there you go. And RMT agrees with you. And you and RMT are correct with one of them. But the boys here are correct with ADA. ADA and Link tied for second place. And
Right.
just for the XLM, XLM is in a distant third. Distant third.
Sorry, guys. I gotta catch up on the drinking.
That's okay. Drink. Have at it.
Last time BC saw me chatting, I was getting ready for work. And now he's here and sees me, and I'm just getting home.
That's funny. I that's how I knew you were there, because he mentioned you in the stream. I wasn't there live. I watched it afterward, and it was kind of funny. I'm like, oh, Badell must be getting ready for work. Because I mean, BC's on at 7 a.m. Eastern time for Piper Academy. So yeah, because I'm if I catch BC live, that means I probably didn't sleep, and I'm up wicked early in the morning. You know what I mean? And then
if
I'm
I
in there.
catch BC, it's because I stayed up all night. I was like, let me just one more hour. Let's go.
Yes. And now, Alexander G, for you, we will do another cheers. Cheers.
I don't think y'all gonna be able to talk.
You're right. I may not be able to. So, Joe, are you going live at midnight tonight?
I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I don't know. I might take tonight off. I mean, we might do a poll later on tonight if I should go or not, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Well, if you do, that will be our goal to go live with you at midnight. I can't make any promises how long. I will remain functional there, but
hey, Christopher Dell's going. We'll be lucky if we see him past, another hour or two.
Yeah.
Like, give me another one. Keep the train coming. Let's go.
What was it, last week or the week before? We went for 5 hours.
I was gonna say, yeah, and you even made it through most of Joe's show, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's wait, that side. He's stepping up his game right there,
Yep.
Dell stepping it up.
I've also been up since 2:30 my time, so.
Oh, yeah. That's a long day. Long day. Especially working all day. I get it. Well, okay. For those who did not catch BC this morning, which he did an excellent job breaking down an article that talked about the latest executive order on the Bitcoin strategic reserve. And I'm just at the point I'm just shaking my head, because I think BC and I are of the mindset, like, I'm just like, stop at this point. You know what I mean? It's like, just stop. But before I get too far off the rails myself, BC, would you like to go and bring everybody up to speed, so at least everybody in here is up to speed of what we're talking about?
Well, okay. I don't know how many people actually got to watch that summit live. I had like a bunch of different YouTube shows pulled up, but I also had the summit pulled up. And it ended up being a load of waffle that basically confirmed a lot of what I said this morning, because they said absolutely nothing about how they were actually going to create a crypto reserve, except for like the same speculation that they had, which like in the article that I broke down, Trump was like, oh, well, we don't want to do it by buying anything, and we want to use the seized assets, but we don't exactly know the legality of doing such. So for now, the best we're going to do is not sell said assets, which is neither bullish nor bearish for a crypto reserve at all. I mean, he gave the same waffle where it's like, well, I put the treasury in charge of trying to find a net neutral way to buy Bitcoin that doesn't affect the taxpayers, which is also just a fucking load of waffle because you don't even run the government without being in a deficit. So like, how are you just going to magically find money?
Yeah, that net neutral thing I thought was hilarious. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it. Sell this, do that. Okay, fine. But like, sorry, come on now. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
The executive branch isn't allowed to take money from one department and then give it to another department to spend. That's
Correct.
Congress's job.
Correct.
You don't get to reallocate funds. Congress has to vote on that. That's why also you just saw the Supreme Court naysaying his shutdown of 2 government branches, and they're like, actually, you can fire everyone else, but you can't fire the leads of these because that's actually unconstitutional for now. So you can't just do a blanket close down of an office. That's not how it works. And it's like, that's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's Trump, he'll do whatever he wants. Yeah, until the DOJ does what the DOJ does, and they come in and they do their job of like, is this actually legal? Like, you're allowed to say whatever and like tell the government in which direction you would like to head, and then the Congress interprets the laws and legality of such actions, and then the DOJ decides whether the implementation of Congress's reading of the law is actually legal. It's a whole clusterfuck, and we've got a long ways to go before they can even purchase the first Bitcoin. And you think they're going to purchase the top? Fuck no, they're not retarded.
Well, of course not. But yeah, listen, I'm with you. I'm all about where you're at here. I get it. There's so much minutia that needs to be sifted through before anything happens. And you're right. This whole EO, and again, EOs, I've said it before. I think I said it on a stream with you. EOs are nice. They're great. But at the end of the day, when the next administration comes in, at the stroke of a pen, they get wiped out and we are off somewhere else. Unless, of course, you have established law in order to deal with something. Comments were coming in so quick. I tried to grab a couple here real quick. I'm sorry. Buck, I listen, I like early morning. Don't get me wrong. But I usually, when I do get up that early, I'm going to work. Oh, you don't like early? Joe says he don't not like an early morning. No Joe, how do you even know when it's early morning? You got to sleep first to know it's early morning. Just saying.
I don't like it because the sun comes up. It's like, oh man, I've been up all night. All right, let me try to go to bed. So
yeah. Oh man. And yes, ass kissing on a epic scale. Yes, that's what's kind of going on with a lot of this and people and oh my god. Well, my god.
It's just a lot of politician talk. Or it's like we say what we would like to see, but like we don't actually have any direct implementation of it, which is why you saw like a 20-minute summit where they just all like kissed President Trump's ass, said how happy they were to be working with him and how he was so amazing for moving at tech speed, which is like, what does that mean? It's like, okay, cool. Like you say that you want these things to happen, but like there's no actual plan to implement any of this. You didn't eat, like your whole summit wasn't even a plan of how you're going to implement this. It was just a bunch of wishing, hoping, and praying. And like at the end of the day, you gave us no information. Bunch of politician talk.
Sadly, I'm with you. I agree. Alexandra G, come on. You're an early person too. You're an all day like Joe person. Who are you kidding? You're up at the wee hours of the morning and you're here with us at the late hours of the night. And we appreciate you, by the way, just so you know. And RMT saying, also known as we're going to seize more big gas to expand the reserve. Yeah, possibly. possibly. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do you really? All right, let's touch on. Let me bring that back up. Do you guys think they're going to start trying to seize more in order to expand the reserve? Yay, nay?
How would they seize more?
Through centralized exchanges.
But what would they do? Like, what would the steps be?
The same thing that they did when they seized all of Americans' gold back in like the 1940s and then again in the 80s. When they're like, it's actually illegal for you to own gold. We're going to come and purchase this from you and then raise the price on it and then sell it on the open market.
Yeah, but I thought they couldn't use seized assets.
No, they just
the reserve.
So like this is how instead they're not seizing it from you. What they're doing is they're saying
they're
that
paying you a fair price.
They're paying you a fair market value for your said asset, which is what they did with gold. They've done it before. There's nothing that's going to stop them.
Yeah, but don't they also have a bunch of seized Bitcoin and stuff from Silk Road?
Which technically, legally, they have to sell. You saw them. They've already sold a bunch of that Silk Road. They've sold 195,000 Bitcoin. And they still own 195,000 Bitcoin.
Wow.
So they've sold off half of their holdings, which is like I had a whole argument in my chat this morning, which I didn't want to get too deep into because I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to call names because that was the point I was going to get.
No, that's why you come to Crypto on the Rocks.
I was like, oh, the U.S. government hasn't sold Bitcoin. I'm like, bro, they used to own over 300,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he immediately in a chat later, he was like, oh, well, they sold in 2014, 2015, and then they sold in March in 2023. I'm like, so
they sold Bitcoin. Yes,
Bitcoin.
Exactly. Yes. And Alexander G. Yeah, there you go, baby. There you go. I love it. What's this? What did he say? I wake at 3 a.m., work at 4 a.m. God bless you, username. God.
I'm the same way. I'm up at 3 a.m. I don't go to work at 4 a.m. I hit the gym at like 3:30, and then I come home, do my show, and then I go to work.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are all over in the morning. When I have enough coffee in me, it all makes sense. That's the problem. I gotta have enough coffee in me at that point.
Hey, if you get enough liquor in you, I'll make sense too.
Yeah. You're doing just fine, and I've only got about half of one in me, so you're doing great. Oh my goodness!
You might have to put that to the test because you may just put me to sleep, BC.
Oh my God! Oh, I love Buck. Here we go. Yeah, a whole bunch of boating accidents. Yes, yeah, exactly. And yes, they have done it before. BC is right on the money. Absolutely. Just looking to see. Yeah, everyone all the time. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, sorry, facts are what they are. Go Buck. Go Buck. You know. What's this? That's true. BC is a drunk whisperer. Oh, really? Oh, wait, we got Shuby. I didn't even realize you were there. Hey, brother. Welcome. Okay, you're here. We'll do it. All right. Cheers.
That's why I'm drinking fast, BC, because I'm trying to,
Oh, you're trying to get the whisperer out in him. All right. There we go.
Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh, my God. Well, okay. I'll tell you what. I think that's just a couple of the ways. I am very leery to put my tinfoil hat on. And I've said it on a couple of different live streams. Again, I think with BC was even one of them where I mentioned, the whole ETF thing with regard to Bitcoin to me, the way they're maneuvering that into nice, neat little centralized piles of Bitcoin that are also heavily regulated by the government. Okay. At the end of the day, ETFs are regulated. They just are, folks. So it's just to me another potential area for that kind of manipulation, if you will just use that word. Andrea in the house, welcome. Appreciate you being here. I'm ready to get drunk. I'm having sorry, my eyeballs, guys. My apologies. Any luck trying to locate people who have the private keys to? Oh well, that would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice, man? I'd be happy with 1 Bitcoin. I'm just saying.
Same.
Just saying.
Yep.
Yeah. What Alexandra just said right there. Don't forget to smash that like button. Appreciate it. We got a lot of people here. Matter of fact, the majority of people right now are on X. Appreciate you being on X. I truly do. Jump into the chat. It will come on over into the live chat here, and we'll give you a quick shout out here on the stream. Appreciate you being here. Matter of fact, by a magnitude of like 5-1 on X versus YouTube right now. Wow. Crazy. I love it. All right, guys. So BC, you want to try and get us riled up anymore there now?
I mean, let's see if anyone else has something to say about that whole summit. I don't know who else ended up watching, but
Did any of you guys watch? Go ahead, put it in the chat.
I do have
sorry, I've been at work all day, so I have no idea what happened today.
No,
Although
absolutely
I did see on Twitter, I think yesterday or the day before, that Charles Hoskins, the main guy for Cardano,
Yep.
put on there that he wasn't invited.
Yep.
Which I
He
thought
did
was
a
kind of
video about
odd
that.
if they're gonna put ADA as one of the top 5.
Well, okay, here we go. We're gonna get down this road now. But you see, and you know what? To get down that road, I did queue something up. So let me bring it up. Hang on. Gotta find the right screen here. Right here. Wow. Good job. First shot. We're gonna listen to the crypto czar right here. Talk about like Trump really wasn't telling you that Cardano and XRP and Solana were going to be part of a crypto strategic reserve. He was only quoting the top market cap cryptos.
I saw that
Out
on
of his
someone
mouth.
else's channel.
What was that?
I saw that on someone else's channel. That it was just like from some coins from the top 10. So yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. I'll play it here so everybody who hasn't seen it can give it a quick listen. It's like, I don't know, a minute long.
Of the American people.
Just going into what's in.
It's really
the holding
low.
of
I'm
the US
sorry.
Government. Going back to what President Trump mentioned over the weekend, talking of Ripple, Solana, other alternative coins that people are wondering whether they're going to be included in this stockpile. Will they? Does the US own them? Why mention them by the president?
Well, the president just mentioned the top 5 cryptocurrencies by market cap. So I think people are just reading into this a little bit too much. He just mentioned the top 5. In terms of what we'll actually have, again, we have to do the accounting. We're not sure that sitting here today whether the federal government owns.
I'm sorry. I just can't even listen to that anymore because, like, you know what? Liar, liar, pants on fire. Did I stop it? Did it actually stop? Yes. Sorry, I'm hitting wrong buttons everywhere, guys. My apologies. We're gonna pull that right off the screen because it's pissing
Get it
me.
together. Come on, it's Friday night. It's the most
I
important.
know you think I'd be all over this, but I have been like fucking shit up all day. I'm just saying. Okay, so what did he just say? He just said that, oh no, President Trump was just talking about the top 5 coins by market cap. Bullshit. We'll let BC. What's the word again?
Manipulation.
No, yes, maybe. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
What were you saying there? My lights ended up switching because I have it on an automatic timer.
Oh, sorry, man.
I was trying to tell my Alexa to turn my lights back on.
Uh-oh. I was saying, so what do we call what that is where he's now saying it's that the top, all Trump was doing was pulling out the top 5 coins by market cap? Manipulation.
Yeah. Well, it's called covering your own ass.
Yep.
It's something that every politician does.
I
sorry that we manipulated the markets on you. We were just naming the top 5 on a list here. Like, we didn't actually mean that they're going to be there.
Right. And
it's like, now that we made all of our friends rich, go fuck yourself.
It not you know what?
really is.
It seems that way, doesn't it? It just between the whole and let's bring it all the way back to the Friday night before he got inaugurated, all the way back to Trump coin and work through Melania, all the way through to where we are right now. I don't know. I am not happy at the moment with the way things are going. That's just me, and maybe I'm just reading into it too much. I should be happy and just ride the waves. I don't know. Well, if I were a trader, maybe I'd be happy. I don't know, Joe. What about you? Are you happy with the way that it's moving the markets a lot? I mean, you're trading at least.
It's not moving. Everything's like really, really slow. And then when it starts looking bullish, it flips. And it starts looking bearish, it'll flip. But go back to bearish. It's like it's tough. Especially today was tough, really tough. Because it looks one way, and then of course we had the summit and everything else, and it kind of flipped a little bit. But there was really, I didn't see any movement really. It looks good, and then it flips.
There you go. And I want to bring this. I kind of want to bring this up, but I don't want to bring this up because I could rail about this for a whole live stream. Stable coins are better than CBDC, but I'm concerned that the politics we have all been trying to avoid are being injected into our veins. Two things that are going on there, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that second half, and that's probably the frustration you're hearing in my voice right now. The stable coins are better than CBDC. Stable coins, in my opinion, as far as this administration or these governments, let's go with that because I don't want to just throw the U.S. under the bus, are concerned, have become the new CBDC. That's my opinion. And I know they're not all the way there. I understand that. But Circle, please, don't even get me going. And why do you think they're kind of beating on Tether as much as they're beating on Tether? Because Tether, at least for the most part, see, I hesitate to even say that, but it's not, they're not going to go or so far as I've seen, manipulate the system to that degree of blocking wallets, this kind of thing, that kind of thing, versus like we've seen with Circle. I'll leave it at that. I am concerned that, yeah, we got no CBDCs coming. However, stable coins are going to end up playing that role. My humble opinion, whether we want them to or not. Oh, Paula from A Block of Crypto is here from X. Appreciate you watching. How you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. If you want to join, Paula, you're more than welcome. You let me know. I know. I think it's a little later where you're at, like about 5 hours or so. But if you want to, let me know. I'll send you a link. Appreciate you being here. Yes.
Yeah, I'll tag her and say welcome, but I didn't realize she was on Twitter, and that's why I couldn't find her in the YouTube chat. I'm like, what's going on here? What am I missing?
Yep. She's out on X along with, let's see, how many, like 67 other people. Appreciate you guys, the support on X. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me see. That's why I'm creating my own stable coin. There you go. Freedom because America. Oh, yeah. See, yeah, 12:30 a.m. I get it. No problem. Appreciate the fact that you're even stopping in. Appreciate it. I'm
Have we even given Shuby a chance to talk about anything yet?
I know we've been going. Poor Shuby. We got a cheers out of him, and that's it. What do you got going for the week, Shub? Thank you. Appreciate you for saying that.
Right now, you guys are in too deep for me at the moment.
I see this comment. I'm thinking I'm missing something somewhere, but sorry guys. Even algorithmic stable coins have failed, or are on the verge of failing. Yeah, algorithmic stable coins have not done well. So we've seen.
I mean, if federal governments can't get algorithmic stable coins to work, aka fiat dollars, why would a crypto be able to?
Good Look at this guy. That's it. I need another drink. He's starting to whisper to me. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Oh, look, there we go. I learned all my trading from the Duke brothers and Tradester Joe. There you go. I love it. I love it. Somebody take over the reins. I'm gonna get me another.
I gotta give BC a little bit of a hard time. I don't know if you've seen it in chat, but he was on chat and his breaker broke or shut off.
Yeah. So I got hit by a blizzard on Tuesday night with 60-mile-an-hour straight line winds blowing ice, and it took out a bunch of power lines that knocked out the whole block.
Well, I actually told everybody it was your all the neon you got in the background there.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Well, so like that's all just a green screen.
No, I know that. I was just joking. I mean,
I would so love to have an office set up like that, though.
Dude,
one of these days.
Dude, that would mess with your eyes so bad every time you turn around.
Oh no, I would love it. I would love it.
I feel like I was at the bar every day, so.
I mean, I used to have
here we go. Username giving you crap there, BC. Here we go. So what's the point? I still watch.
Well, when the power goes out, it's really hard to watch something, especially when you're on a live stream and you need internet and power.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I barely had to I had to pull up my phone and everything, but I had to go find my phone in the dark because I don't have my phone near me when I'm streaming because I'm not trying to distract myself. So like my phone's all the way over there in the dark, and I was like, okay, well now I gotta stumble around and find it.
So you don't make mistakes. Next time you have a flashlight on your desk.
Well,
where's the fun in that?
Normally my desk is the flashlight. It's got a whole bunch of lights on it.
Yeah, right.
Right. For every self-defense mechanism you have, you should always have a flashlight near that also. And most people have one in each room.
Yeah, normally my phone or my watch is my flashlight. So you just turn it on. There we go. Yeah, it's just a little flashlight. It kind of works. That's how I walked down the stairs on Tuesday night without busting my butt. The stairs are like
flashlight on mine too. I never even knew I had one on my watch.
Yeah, super handy. I forgot about it though. When all the electricity goes out immediately, I was like, all right, now I gotta try to find something. And then I was using my phone as the flashlight, and I'm like, oh right, my watch has the flashlight on it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with these people on X, trying to show them a little bit of love over there. But again, I'm hitting wrong buttons everywhere. Oh.
I was gonna say, I mean, StreamYard's saying we got 78 people watching. Well, YouTube must have refreshed because it was at 10 and then it was at 12.
Yeah, we like I said, but according to what I'm seeing right here, 68 on X, and that's why I'm trying to kind of get over there. But X is giving me a problem, either that or I'm already crap. Just 10 sheets to the freaking wind already, which I know I'm not. But there we go. Now it's letting me in. Oh, man. Here we go.
So was anybody trading today?
I bought a little bit, but not much. I put $25 in XYO just because it dropped like 50% somewhere within the last week.
Nice.
I want to buy some more Cardano, but it keeps dropping every day, and it's like, I made some money over the last weekend, so maybe when it's like mid 60s or sub 60s, I'll buy some.
There you go.
Yeah, me, no, not so much trading, just scalping. So not like long term, not like a week hold, just a couple hours. That's pretty much it. And all I've really been doing is just Bitcoin. But it goes up and then it's like, all right, it's coming down. Let me do some leverage going down. Then it'll go up. Oh, okay, let me do the leverage going up. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yep. you're probably better off just sticking with the big boy here at this point, given the way the market is lately. And then what's username saying? XYO Godspeed.
It's
Hey.
$25. I pay more for a case of beer. Come on.
Damn. Tough crowd. Yeah, XYO, I'll tell you.
And buy crypto, but I don't ever see that happening.
No, me neither.
All right, we're gonna get rid of that.
So, were you shorting today, Joe, or did you catch a few of the bounces?
Oh, I caught a few of the bounces, and I caught him right at the low too, and a low time frame, 5-minute time frame. I started seeing it come up, but I had already planned it out what I thought what might happen, and then sure enough, it went right to it. It's like, all right, I'm going long, because it's already started looking like it was coming up. And I said, I think it's going to come down right at this level, and then it went right to that level. So I still had my long, and then I shorted, and then I moved up my stop loss, and then the short just boom, it just like came down hard. So my stop on my long got taken, which in profit, and then my short played out pretty nice. So it was just back and forth, but it was pretty good today. Today was a good winning day on Bitcoin. Not most, but sometimes, like I was thinking it's going to go one way, and then it just like either stop me out or flip. I was like, oh man, but today was good.
I'm still in a long. It's just kind of playing on, yeah. Well, like I hit down at the when it kind of hit that first pivot, and then we like took out one of the highs from I was on that 1 minute chart for an entry, and I just kind of caught the bottom, and it's still sitting in profit. It's just kind of battling with some resistance right now. So I mean, she continues to rip. If not, oh well.
Now, do you use a lot of leverage, BC?
I mean, it was like 75x leverage, and I'm still just sitting in it. So
damn.
Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I was doing when on my show, my 12 o'clock show. Like I was charting it, but then I was trading it, and so I said, I'm gonna go here, and I tell people too, it's like, hey, I'm going high leverage. Don't recommend y'all do this. I think it was like 75, 78x leverage. And then I would take a screenshot letting people know that I'm actually in the trade, but with very little money. And I always stress that too. I use very little money to where if it comes down, I get stopped out or liquidated, I'm losing just very little. I'm not trading with like a couple hundred or nothing like that. Now, when I trade lower leverage, that's when you can use more money.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what I think I used like $50 at 75x leverage. So I mean, like it's all right money, but like it's nothing like fancy. Whereas like I save my big capital trades for swing trades. Like I shorted at 19. I told everyone on my show back when we were coming up to 99 and all of that liquidity, I was like, this is the time where you look at a short. And that's when I took a short, and I kind of just rode that down. And then you just like take a little bit of profit or you add in, depending on where you're kind of sitting. It's like, do I want to hedge this? So like take a little profits, hedge it, and then you just short it back down and continue. Like I prefer the swing trading. It's just easier. You hit the big pivots, you use like more capital, lower leverage, and then you just sit it out for a few days or a week or two.
For me, I prefer swing trades because it's less stress and it's bigger time frames, and you enter it and then you check on it a couple of days, move up your stop loss if you're and your targets are getting hit or whatever, and then if it retraces, then you can add more if you want, but all you're doing is just maintaining it. But if you're doing leverage and high leverage and you're watching that sucker like a hawk, like, man, you're like, what's it gonna do? Because every little move, it's a lot. So
And username saying, I dropped my XYO in the toilet earlier. Did not smell good. Well, don't worry. Somebody will buy your XYO out of the toilet, so it's good. You're all set. Yeah. Oh boy. All right,
guys, I gotta step away for a minute. I got a buddy coming over to borrow a stud finder.
Go ahead, do it. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. We know.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, bye.
Never mind. I was trying to be a smart ass, and it just didn't.
There you
work.
go. See. There, I was waiting. I knew it was coming.
It's not even beeping.
Nope.
I
I guess I'm just not that much of a stud.
No. That with that beard, the way you're working that beard, you're doing all right.
Hey, thanks to BC, it gave me some encouragement to use that nasty smelling beard oil and comb it almost every day.
They make some good smelling ones. You just gotta kind of shop around, you know.
Yes, that was a stud finder. Yes, exactly. Oh shit! There it is, the stud finder. See, you took it out. There it is, right there, the stud finder. Oh man!
Always do it the fun way, and you just fuck around and find out where the studs are.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way.
Well, he's got plaster walls, and I was like, yeah, you're gonna need like a higher end stud finder.
See, everyone's getting a kick out of it right there. There you go.
I'm like, no, don't do that.
Or a super high powered magnet.
I've got some of those. My boss was talking about getting a magnet for work. And I was like, I got a 3,600 pound magnet. And he's like, but can you turn it on and off? And I was like, no. He's like, so what am I supposed to do with that? I was like, I don't know, stick it to something and see if your car can pull it off. He's like, what are you doing with that thing? I was like, magnet fishing. I was like, it only weighs like 10 pounds. And I showed him a picture, and it's literally like this, almost the size of my hand. Like if I go like this, that's like me trying to hold it.
Nice. I'm guessing he was not impressed.
No.
He wanted an electromagnet, the one you can just like put a current through and you turn it on, and it's super strong.
I was like, well, you gotta specify electromagnet or magnet.
I mean, a magnet's a magnet.
That's right. That's right. Especially for us simple folk. That's it.
And then I told him the story about when me and my buddy were magnet fishing with that, and like he had like a 600 pound one. I got this stuck to an I-beam from when they demolished a bridge, and then they built a new bridge like right next to it. And I caught an I-beam, and we used his truck to pull my magnet off. But you just saw this I-beam raise out of the water, and I'm like, please no. Because legally, if you pull it out of the water, it's legally yours. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with like a couple 1,000 pound I-beam? Like,
scrap it?
You can't really move that, though.
I mean, if there's a will, there's a way.
I was going to say one detail at a time right there.
You might have got $50 for that thing and bought some Bitcoin with it.
There you go.
I mean, I promise you a few of my redneck buddies would figure out a way to move it. That's a few trucks, but it's gonna get moved.
Yeah.
Cost $30 of gas to get that $20 worth of scrap.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, no problem, brother.
Well, I got your magnet if you need it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna go get a drink of water real quick.
Water.
Okay, no problem. Shuby, you still got those miners going or what? That's a yes. Cool. That's a yes. Nice.
They're still moving.
Nice.
I've only hit 18 blocks so far. No,
only? Oh. Yeah. I'm only that jelly.
All right.
My best hit so far was 1.75K. And I got to beat 110.57 or better. What is that? Terabyte T? It's not terabyte. That's something else. I can't remember.
Terahash.
Terahash. Yep. So I got kilohash and I need terahash.
Yeah, that's when you run into a whole bunch of heat, whole bunch of electricity, whole bunch of money just to get it. So yeah, but I think that's super cool. Like under $200, you have something that is mining Bitcoin. Like it doesn't matter if you hit a block; it's just you're mining it. To me, I just find that super cool.
Well, I don't know if you heard it last week. What I call that thing is a lottery ticket that doesn't quit scratching.
Yeah,
there you go.
Facts. It's just sitting there doing this thing, and it's 7 watts. So I mean, you're pulling no power.
Right.
I mean, charging your electric toothbrush probably takes more than that.
Right. Yeah, I think that's super cool. I still haven't. I don't know if I ever will put in my miners, like start them up again. I have two mini ASIC miners. One does the Litecoin and Doge, and then the other one was the library token. But and then of course I have my mining rig that has my I forget what kind of graphics card I have on it. But I don't know if I'll ever put them together. I don't know, or turn them.
I've been looking at Jazz Miner still. For some reason, I want a Jazz Miner.
Does it still do Ethereum, or did it go to
Just
Ethereum
Classic? No, just Classic because Ethereum's not mineable anymore.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember when they were selling them at a discounted price because they were using them for Ethereum, but at that time they were going to switch to where you couldn't mine Ethereum anymore, and that's why they were trying to get rid of them. But you can still do Ethereum Classic. So I didn't know if it was only Ethereum Classic. No.
Well, if I would have known back then that I could have done Ethereum Classic instead of Ethereum, I would have probably put it on that. Just because that was my coin. I mean, I was mining it back when I was getting one a day for $3 a day for like 4 cards.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotten expensive again.
Yeah. When I was looking at them, yeah, when they were on the market, and this was still kind of at the, I guess the tail end of the last cycle. They were about that price, about $2,000.
Yeah,
I believe, or $5,000. I don't remember. But
because the actual wattage those things pull are next to nothing.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it on there, if it said it on there, Keith, but the wattage is...
I just closed it, sorry.
But it's stupid. It's like you're getting 20 times the hash power of a full rig, and you're pulling like 700 watts or 600 or something like that. It was something real low compared to a graphics card.
Gotcha. Hey, Joe. Did you see that? Did you? Yeah, you did because you commented on it. I was gonna say, did you see that video I dropped of you making a cake called the crypto cake, baby? That was good. That was good.
I loved it.
That was
good
perfect.
clip. Good clip.
Yeah, I mean, and I added to it obviously a little bit, give people a little more context. You know what I mean?
Right.
About what we were talking about that night, and then yeah, that was like perfect. I thought, and the whole thing was less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes long, but that was perfect. That was a great analogy too.
You baked the cake, or you bought it from Publix or a grocery store?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Crypto Bedell.
Miss Crypto Bedell.
Crypto Bedell shaved.
She's on mute.
You're mute. You're on mute.
You're still on mute.
That's where he went. He's like, I'll be right back, guys. Shave.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome.
I said you should show that video again.
What, like right now?
A 5-minute clip, you said. Yeah, can you make it shorter?
Can I the cake one?
Joe
I guess I'm
short.
Well, I'll do it short. I'll do it in like 30 seconds. So basically the analogy for the cake in crypto, everybody wants the end product. Everyone wants to get rich, but it's like baking a cake. You have to buy the ingredients. You have to mix the ingredients. You have to preheat the oven. You got to put it in there. You got to wait, for it to cook, bake, and then you have the cake. So it's a process. And for crypto, it really turns into either a learning process or a buying and holding process, and then you get the result. So that's what that was.
See, and the perfect part, 100 Air just asked if we got room for one more, and I told him, come on, get in here. But the perfect part was 100 Air also putting in, it's a mess in the middle. And then, of course, was Bedell. Bedell whining at the end about the dishes. Just saying.
Yeah.
The dishes.
Perfect round off right there.
It's like there's one bowl. There's one bowl. And everything else you threw in the trash. You threw the box in the trash, the eggs in the trash.
Yeah, that's it.
It's one bowl.
It's kind of like moonshine making, though. You got to take everything, put it in a bucket, do this, do that, let it ferment for a while, and then it'll finally get to where it's supposed to be. And then you can finally start using it.
True.
What BC? I see you just commented there. Would you like me to pull that up so you can so you can get it all out there, or what?
I mean, if you want to, we can.
Yeah. We got time. 100 Air isn't here. Yeah, we got. Listen, that's the great part about Crypto on the Rocks. There is like no rhyme or reason. The show goes where it goes, depending on who says what and what comments we get. So here, let's bring this up, and then go ahead, BC, make it happen.
Well, like, username just loves to get me riled up. So, like, since he was talking about it, let me actually get this zoomed in so you can see it. There we go. So, in the whole crypto summit, you know, he was talking with some people about FIFA at the beginning of it. And he was like, oh, that'll be quite the coin, you know? And right afterwards, FIFA token surges 142,000%. Got to like 3 million market cap and then kind of dumped off on people. And I'm like, these people just don't learn, do they?
Nope.
It's like he didn't just rug pull you with Trump. So, like, why would he do it again? I just don't get it.
Though. Honestly.
DJ
and that plays to what we were talking about earlier with the whole XRP, Solana, Cardano, etc. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to believe that it's not being done purposefully, but the more it happens, the less I believe that. I'm just saying.
No, it's all intentional. I mean,
I agree. And username said he would never do that, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Sure, we believe you.
Oh, yes, you would.
So was there only one FIFA meme coin, or were there like hundreds?
No, like more started popping up immediately. So then you don't know what FIFA you're buying into. Is this actually the what? And this is what they play on it every single time. Anything soccer related in the slightest bit is pumped like crazy.
As soon as they start talking about soccer, and then he started talking more about like not. I don't know if they have the World Cup or the different championships or whatever, but as soon as they started saying those key words, I was on a different live stream. I was like, man, they're gonna have so many meme coins on each, of these key words that they're doing, and sure enough, like people be doing it. People be, trying to get in and out, and then they try to hold those coins. It's like, nope.
Username says he's just a soccer fan.
I mean, I love soccer.
But that's not why Trump mentioned it.
Like immediately afterwards, the FIFA World Cup fans, you've got FIFA Champs right after that, market cap 40K. You've got FIFA WETH, which is like, I guess, the official one. You've got FIFA Soul, and then a bunch of other results. Like FIFA 25 Soul, FIFA Trophy Soul.
Now, were those just created, or were those already there? Because that's all.
No. All of these just started popping up.
And username, I love it. Put it on board new users. That's not how we want to onboard new users, man. Jeez. And 100 Air's in the house. Welcome, 100 Air.
Hey, 100 Air. I thought there had to be a process to get on CoinMarketCap.
No, you just lit it. I mean, it's so easy because like this is why the UK banned Pump Fund by Sol. It's like literally anyone who's willing to put 7 Sol up can create a meme coin, not lock their liquidity tokens, and then just rug pull just anyone that buys it.
Because I remember like going to some meme coins and going to their Telegram groups, and they're like, "When are we going to get listed on CoinMarketCap? When are we going to get listed on CoinGecko?" And it's like there was a process. I didn't know that they could show up as soon as they made them.
This is so new that it doesn't even have like any real price action up on there yet. Like that's how brand new it is. I'm pretty sure on a deck screener it would have some price action on it because you would actually be able to see it. But like this was the official one.
And LBC is in the house, and he's got a message for you there, BC.
Oh. Hey, well, you know what else isn't very free market? Stealing people's money that don't understand what they're buying.
That's what the government does.
Yeah, I mean,
in more ways
no,
than
so,
one.
like,
Yeah.
they've played it all out on they've told us all what they're like illegally going to do with our money. They're going to take it from us. We don't have a choice. If you don't give us our money, we'll put you in prison. But we're also not going to tell you how much you actually owe us. You got to figure that out for yourself. So like we're just if you don't claim it, we're just going to keep it. Like they have no problem with it. We're taxed out the ass on like levels of taxation that our forefathers would have been killing people over.
Amen, brother. Go preach. Oh, see, he's whispering, man. He's whispering. I'm having another beer.
Well, like, and then okay, here's the official FIFA US that Trump was talking about, and it's already in that kind of downtrend mode. You're starting to make lower lows here and lower highs. So like the sell-off looks like it's begun.
Yeah.
So like anyone that bought in thinking it's gonna go insane, it's already.
It could be right now too. That big old candle right there.
Man, dude, this is on the 1 minute too.
Yeah.
So like it hasn't been around very long at all, and it's just like all of these just popped up all over the place. There was 50 other results on CoinMarketCap for FIFA tokens. Like Jesus. That's the part I have a problem with. Like free market, fine, but like these are just paths to steal people's money, and that's the part. Oh, did anyone see this? Crypto exchange Kraken's preparing for an IPO next year.
I thought I saw one for Gemini.
That's going to be this year.
Now Kraken too, huh?
Kraken's going to be next year. Like
So
all
what
these
are the repercussions of the exchanges doing IPOs?
I mean, honestly, it's just more money. It kind of gives them some backing to kind of like back their crypto exchanges with. So it is kind of a net positive. Where it's like, what are you kind of have to prove reserves at this point if you want to get an IPO. It's like, hey, we got to prove to you our business is a successful business model. So like, yes, if something happens, we can cover all of these funds and all of that. If not, like your exchange is just going to collapse.
Right.
And we've seen it over and over and over again where like exchanges just like that word don't exist anymore.
Yep. Facts. That's facts.
So like,
that would actually be good timing to pick up Kraken, wait for all the prices to settle down and then go into the bear market and then pick it up kind of cheap.
Well, I mean, this should be like kind of near the start of that bear market there. So perfect timing.
In theory.
Just like,
yes.
Like anyone that did that with Coinbase last cycle when they IPO'd made money.
God. Yeah. Coinbase, it was a crazy IPO. Went up high, bid it up high like first day or so, and then it dumped, and then it never really got back up high until it started coming back into the bull market.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Like, man, I have some, and I hate seeing it because I didn't buy nowhere near enough when it was down.
No, well, no one thinks about it. It's like no one really thought about mining companies, and like now you hear a lot about it. There's certain places where they really talked mining stocks up, and like you ride that up with that first initial Bitcoin pump, you made infinitely bigger gains than you made just holding Bitcoin on that straight run.
Well, the only problem with the mining companies is some of them go belly up. It's a high risk. If they're not profitable, man, you're just throwing money in a well.
Well, like, and that's why you just go with the biggest.
Yeah. Mara's not gonna. They're never going to go down. I mean, they got their hand. They're actually wise because they're doing a little bit of everything. They're not just doing Bitcoin. Like they were doing Caspa, selling it into Bitcoin when it was profitable. Mm-hmm. I think they're doing some AI stuff.
Well, even MicroStrategies was doing that. They were mining Caspa and swapping it over.
Yep. Yeah, Caspa's taking a beating. I want to just bring this up. Paula over on X is asking, does anyone even care about decentralized systems having a positive impact in the world?
Yeah, this guy right here.
There's still a few of us that believe that that's the way to go here, Paula. Don't be discouraged if you're being discouraged or feeling discouraged about it, but it does seem like, and I know BC's talked about this before, and I've mentioned it. I know myself. It does seem like that's a completely opposite trend of the way things are going today in the cryptocurrency space. We need to get back to that. Help me, BC. What's the word? I've had a couple of beers now. What's the word I'm looking for? That the ethos, that ethos of the space of being a decentralized space and helping and using that decentralized blockchains to go ahead and make us autonomous.
Yeah, and that's another thing. There is decentralization, but I'm really interested in utility side. Like, there's so many blockchains that may not be the best decentralized blockchains, but they have great utility, like all the IoT stuff that you can actually do something with. Actually, Cardano they had some things that they were trying to get into, when it comes to tracking product, in manufacturing, and that the utility side of it is like, what can you use it for? Because if you can show somebody what you can use it for, that should be really what sells it. Of course, it's got to be secure as well, but
yeah, it needs to be what a good blockchain needs to be.
It needs to do something. Yeah.
Yep. And Paul is just following up here without government control. And yes, of course. I mean, this space was supposed to free us from government control. And at this point, kind of to the point of what we were saying way back in the beginning here, believe it or not, we've been live for an hour already. It's crazy. The government right now is just doing nothing more than either rug pulling people or just trying to, people want them to pump the bags, and NGU tech. No, it ain't just about the NGU. That will happen automatically if everything works the way it's supposed to work. And yes, she's agreeing with you there, 100 error, but that. So yes, exactly.
Now, I think there's some blockchain stuff that the government should be able to have, like to be able to run with, like Avalanche is using blockchain to do registrations. I think it's in California.
I don't mean that the government shouldn't use blockchain. That's not what I mean.
Yeah. Don't let them turn it to use it against you for sure. But they should be able to use the utility of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. Elections on the blockchain.
Yes.
You got double thumbs on this guy right here. Double thumbs. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it should be. So everybody can see it. Everybody can see the results on the blockchain. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack what you were saying there.
I was gonna say, but you got a point though. Let the private sector run it, so it won't be influenced. Well, I say influenced. Don't let it go with what like all the other blockchains do. Is the people who actually write the code, let them run everything. Let them make their own decisions, or DAOs. Actually, that's probably the best thing, is have a good, strong DAO to decentralize the decision making on how that blockchain gets changed. And that part absolutely needs to be independent.
I'm with you.
Hey, I do need to. I got a little worried. I almost didn't want to come on, and I'm gonna tell you why. So on my phone, the preview said, I was like, man, it's almost 6 o'clock for me. Your show is coming on. And then on the pop-up on my phone, it said, let's celebrate the first white. And that's all it said. And I was like, I don't know if I like where this channel's going. But I finally saw the rest of it. I was like, all right. We're good. We're good.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead. Just beat me. It's good.
It was just.
Yeah, I
like
know.
When you read those, you go out in public, you read a sign, you only catch part of it, and you think dirty thoughts or whatever, and then you read.
Yeah, you go right down the wrong proverbial rabbit hole. Andrea is saying, but governments need some sort of centralization. They need somebody to blame. Yeah, facts right there. Facts. Somebody's got to be left holding the proverbial bag. Oh man. And BC, I can see you're flipping through a couple of different screens in the back there. If you need me to bring something else up, you let me know.
Oh no, I was just looking at a few of the mining stocks that we were talking about.
Oh, I love BC's background. I think it's cool.
His background is cool.
Like
all
him
right,
and
come on.
Him
How
and Ti
about it?
have the nicest ones.
Honestly, I just used ChatGPT and then paid my photo editor like $20 in Bitcoin to like edit it for me.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
So there was like ChatGPT is good at like designing a general image, but it doesn't always get like the wording in there correct. So I had to
Never
have
gets the
them
wording
go
correct.
in there and like actually change these. So it's like plan the trade, the plan the trade the plan. He had to fix the Bitcoin poster right there.
Yep.
The diamond one as well. It kind of had just a bunch of like scribbles on it. It's not great with like some of those details, but if you know someone that knows how to edit photos, then it's very quick. And so like I was able to go through like 15 different designs that I made up with ChatGPT and then just spit them out super, super quick. I'm not wasting a graphic designer's time right there. And it cost me literally $20 to create a whole bunch of stuff for my channel, all of that, all my logos. And I use it every single day. So it ends up being super helpful.
Yeah, I'm starting to use it more and more. Well, I use Venice AI, and I did it for the cake for Joe's crypto cake. The AI made that cake, and next Thursday I'm dropping another video about we had talked about AI, and we did this whole thing. It's actually a pretty long clip, almost 10 minutes long, and it did an AI for me, which I thought was pretty impressive. So you guys will see that on that next thumbnail. And Andrea, for you said you were looking up the mining stocks, BC. She's got I guess that's pronounced Wolf here. Terra Wolf is a great mining stock. They're doing nuclear and hydro Bitcoin mining 2 hours from her house.
I was looking of course I got MSTR pulled up. I was also looking at Coinbase from that whole initial run up because it ran up the same as Bitcoin did when we kind of blasted off. Mara is more in like a downtrend here. What was it, Wolf?
Right here. I just put it back up on the screen. I guess that's the ticker right there. But Terra Wolf Mining.
Yeah.
And you know, these places that are doing this like renewable things like hydro powered mining and stuff like that, I think that's a good deal. That's kind of like the way to go, if you ask me.
Well, like that's why I was talking about SMR on my show the other day. It's New Scale Power, and they deal with straight nuclear, and it's.
I wish I would have bought a lot more SMR back then. Well, it dumped really hard when they didn't get their approval for some kind of license or something, but it's been pumping lately. It's been going nice. I think a lot of nuclear stuff is going to be really hot. I think as regulations ease, there's been a lot of down pressure on nuclear, and I think they're just running out of energy. I think nuclear is going to be that release valve because it takes a long time to get it going, but when you get it going, it's super efficient.
And then and then literally you can use, if you have a higher level refinery, then you can use the waste from that first go around to make more electricity.
Yeah.
So like it's still radioactive when they're done with that initial process. You just need a higher level to be able to do all of that. So like you still have a continuous power source, but that's a problem for way down the road when you've actually spent all of that original uranium.
Yeah, I mean that, and I wouldn't mind the government maybe throwing a few research dollars towards how can we if you can repurpose waste to do something else, like instead of DEI project or whatever. But hey, I'm gonna switch subject really quick. I was gonna ask you, Keith. Venice AI, do you know they got an airdrop, right?
Yes, the VVV.
Yeah, have you checked it yet?
I did whatever the pre-requirement was. I can't remember. I did it a little while ago now.
Okay, cool. I just didn't know if you knew about it. I haven't.
I did. Thank you, though. Appreciate you letting me know. But yeah, I did. I did it like a couple of days after I saw it initially.
Yeah, I need to check on it. They gave you a pretty long time to do it, so that was good.
Yes, indeed, they did. I like Venice AI. There's constant updates in it, and I don't know. It has been it's inexpensive as they go, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't know. I like it. I like it. I use it a lot for. I think I mentioned it before for a lot of my blog articles on my website to help me get the framework, and then even, you know, rewrite a little bit of what I've done. I don't use it to write the whole articles, obviously, because that's just it doesn't ever put up 100% accurate information. But so you got to do it yourself. But I do like it. I do like it, and I'm getting the ability for the pictures is gotten so much better, so much better.
Yeah, I need to learn how to use it.
Well, right. Yes. Fair enough.
I mean, I don't know. I literally, I have it.
Well, you need to.
I haven't.
But 100 Air, you go in there and just mutz around with it, and a lot of what I've noticed is the key is the way you say what you say, the prompt you're giving it. You know what I'm saying? Much of that, especially with the picture, but it's even gotten more intuitive with the picture because I put some pretty simple prompts for like that cake and the AI one, and I thought they came out pretty good. And Andrea is saying they are trying to a grid stabilization program for the town right near them. So I'm guessing she's talking about Terra
Wolf. Yeah.
Terra Wolf. Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny. Turnip Tatum, whatever his name is, the Bitcoin guy. He actually did a video just recently on curtailment. That's what that is basically being able to shut off to support the grid. You know, to let the grid cool down for another need somewhere else.
Yes. Yep. And that's part of the beauty of using Bitcoin miners in that kind of capacity. You can create demand when there's not as much demand, and you can release the demand when there's more. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, like when you have solar, like you have to burn it off. Like you have to use that power up. And AI, like AI data centers, they can't shut off because there's people using it.
Right.
You know, there's enough decentralization with the Bitcoin mining that a whole facility or a few facilities could shut off and it would not affect the blockchain at all. So an AI facility, like they are working jobs for individuals or for companies, and if they shut off, it's some mad people.
I just saw this, but BC beat me to it. He already replied if we could just buy Chernobyl. Yeah, boy. Listen, you know, believe it or not, the conference I went to in New Hampshire, the Bitcoin digital asset conference in New Hampshire, nuclear power to do mining was actually one of the topics they discussed, which kind of impressed me, given it was a very small conference kind of thing. But to that end, New Hampshire has a nuclear power plant. So that's probably why it was part of the topic. So, but I can see that. And especially as the whole nuclear reactor thing is, I mean, we've just gotten, it's not like it used to be back when did they first come out, in the 70s or something like that?
No, I think before that.
Really? Was it before that? Oh,
pretty sure.
Good Lord. No, yeah, I mean, could be.
Probably
you could be right.
60s.
What was it? The 60s?
Probably like the 50s, the 60s.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna
we found out about all of that back in the end of World War II.
Yeah, I think the 70s.
That's true. That's true.
They were starting to get it safer around the 70s and 80s. But the problem is everybody remembers the 70s and 80s because that was when the bad stuff happened that got coverage. So
I mean, nuclear power is
1954.
Safer. Yeah, and nuclear power is considerably safer than like natural gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people have died in nuclear accident in these nuclear power plant accidents than died during an accident during the production of natural gas or any of these other resources like that. A lot of people die in coal mining, like a lot of unsafe practices, long-term negative health effects. Whereas in nuclear is actually a very, very clean option, which is way more sustainable than natural gas or any of these fossil fuels will ever be. 20% of the U.S. Power is generated by nuclear right now. And then you have 60% by these fossil fuels. And you have like a small another portion like split up between wind and solar. So most of it is going to be those fossil fuels. And I've been eyeing nuclear stocks because Trump has said he wants to be energy independent. Well, if he's a smart man and he talks to some smart people this time, you might see a little bit of a push towards that. So we got a whole list of those stocks kind of that I'm looking at.
I want to see the SMRs take off, man, because that, like, I want them to get tiny. I want to get it to where you could buy a small unit for the house or, you know, a farm or something. That would be just awesome. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I mean, I always think of the Back to the Future where they got that Mr. Fusion or whatever it is. Mr. Fusion, I forget what it was.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think about, like, you know, just, I mean, really, you could. If they have the technology got out there, you really could be scaling it down so far to where you just make enough power to what you need for your area.
I mean, and it wouldn't take much either.
Yeah.
Right. And these SMRs, that's part of where they were focusing their that at that conference about that, and how, like you just said, if they make them a little bit smaller, you could literally have one on your own little mining farm and boom, and literally, if you really wanted to be nice, you could power up your town. You know what I mean? along with all of that. So
yeah, and you're not stretching power lines to way far away to a power station. If you got say like one for a few communities, that's a lot less wire to run.
Yep.
You know, a lot less outages. If you have an outage, it's going to be centralized to that little area versus the whole town or the whole block. You know, like it depends on what the size. And then you have a lot more probability for backup as well. So
yes.
Yeah, the SMR thing makes sense. And everybody, of course, the big guys who invest in it, they look down on it like it's not going to be a thing, but dude, it's going to be a thing.
Well, they also thought the personal computer wasn't going to be a thing. Just saying.
Look, they do ships. I mean, they've been doing nuclear ships or subs forever, or for what seems like forever. I mean, if they can do it for that, that's contained in one unit. So,
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
That's fine. You can laugh at me.
I'm laughing at username's question.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what I was doing because I was going to give you guys. I'm looking for it on my old laptop. So I'm going to show
there you go. There was a shit.
My cord.
No, we don't want to see your porn. Hold on. I got to find your screen.
Images.
That's cool.
We're talking about images.
Yes.
And there's a thing. It's for free. You can do like 5 or 10 a day for AI. And the website is firefly.adobe.com. You can go for free, and you do the same thing with Chat GPT. And I was just trying to find, and they'll give you 4 images for whatever you put in. So you get 4 images per, because I use it for my laser business. That's why I was trying to find it when you guys talking about it. But the laptop was in the corner. I had to go grab it. Get it loaded.
Well, I just put it in the chat for everybody. So
I mean, the free version of ChatGPT will also give you 4 images that you can use daily.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Yeah, I have the ChatGPT.
If you go to ChatGPT or you go to this Firefly, I mean, you can same thing. I mean, you get more choices. So if you only get 4 with ChatGPT, then you can jump over here because you're going to get different images.
Oh,
You have options for what you want to do. But I found it on a laser engraving thing because that's what I do. You know, I have fun with laser engraving.
Yep.
So I use ChatGPT and I use this one and I make images from it.
And listen, I just want to take a quick second and say goodnight to Paula. She, her message zipped by so fast I can't find it. But she said she's got to go. It was great to listen in, and good night. So Paula, thank you for checking in. I know it's getting late, probably about 1:30 in the morning over there for you right now. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you and everybody that's on X. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
I want to
And
see
it's
if
free to sign in with your Google account or whatever, so it doesn't cost you anything, just like ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of an image. So, like, if I'm doing it for lasers, I go laser engraving, comma, wolf, black and white, whatever. Just give it some, options. And it's a free image for me to add to my tools that I use for laser engraving.
That's kind of cool.
So I just figured I'd pass it along. That's why I was trying to find
that's good information. I just put it out everywhere, so everybody's got it now. Rain is in the house. Rain, welcome. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Don't forget to vote if you haven't already done it.
Hey, Shuby,
go
ahead.
No. I was just gonna show this to Shuby because you're still getting picked on, brother. Nothing but love from the chat. But there you go.
Come on now. I'm in my shed. I'm not going to pee on my floor. And I don't have a bucket out here. If I go, I'm going outside, buddy.
That's it. Got a tree. Just make
I
sure
don't
it
have
ain't
a tree,
windy.
but
just don't shake it more than twice, otherwise you're playing with
I
it.
shake it.
Exactly.
I shake it at least 5 times to make sure I am.
No, boy. Oh boy.
Anyways,
you get charged for that,
Shuby, let's get back to your laser engraving, please.
So like,
no, go ahead. You can ask a question, but
yeah, I got a question for you. So when you generate, I don't know if it's like I used to run a water jet cutter. I don't know if you have to generate images on a program for your laser etching.
I think I lost the internet because I could not hear you.
Yeah, you kind of popped out a little bit. So do you have to generate an image on a program for the laser etch stuff? Like, do you have to sketch it up, or how does that work?
Yeah, so if I go in and I find an image, I prefer black and white because it scans better as long as it's a good quality image. If not, then I've taken dumb pictures. I'll show you.
And the reason
my laser skills aren't the greatest with pictures, but me and Marco.
Yeah, I was wondering if if AI can help clean up pictures like that for stuff like laser etching.
They probably will, but I don't know. So far, I haven't tried to upload them into. There are programs that I could load that picture into, and it's meant for lasering.
Yeah.
But I've not had the luck with it so far.
Yeah. I was just wondering. It's like if you're using AI and you're doing laser etching, if you can marry those up, man. Because we used to have to pay for a program to clean up edges and stuff. And it is tedious if you do it by yourself. So that'd be a perfect job for an AI.
I agree. I'm still learning on the AI side.
And Joe, you got Rain reaching out right here, and Rain's in the house. So here you go. Another cheers for Rain. There we go. Appreciate you. And Rain, I know you don't always jump in, but you're welcome to if you would like to do so. You should still have the link. I can have up to 10 people on stage, so as long as we don't get past that, we're good.
Well, username, just so you know, I don't have a bucket here, and I'm going outside. I'll be right back.
Oh, there it goes. There we go. And yeah, I can't say I ain't done that. I'm just saying. But
yeah, you gotta have the big neck to pee in.
Yeah, you need the big one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Doing a Pepsi
and you're welcome, Rain. You're welcome. Like I said, you're welcome here anytime, my friend. Anytime. What else you looking up there, BC? Anything good you got going in the back? I can't quite tell with from the bottom here.
Oh, this was just I had a few more nuclear stocks that I just had pulled up in the background.
I was gonna say, did you want to show everybody? If not, I'll leave it blank for you.
I mean, it's up to you either way.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind talking about it at all, as long as you don't want to show off something you don't want people to see.
Oh,
that guy
going in and out. He got rugged.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm on the good internet now, and it's still screwing with me right now. Joe, will you take the Matrix back, please? Keep
No, I
that
don't want
thing
the
over
Matrix,
there.
man.
Man, that's
Matrix
what
you gave
happens.
me all the time.
That's what happens
Oh,
when you get
man.
Moonlink instead of Starlink, man.
There you go.
Hey, but it was half the price.
Right.
That's right. It was half the price. Oh shit, that's funny. All right, I'll bring it right up. Hang on one second. There it goes.
Like, this is uranium itself. Like, future. This is the uranium ETF, and then if you kind of see, it kind of links up quite nicely in its pattern to LEU, which is a mining company that mines uranium. So kind of in more of an uptrend here that I've been looking at. Finally making some. This is a weekly chart. Finally making some like macro higher lows and higher highs, and your moving averages heading back to the upside. Kind of the same with uranium. So a potential decent buy zone.
Okay. K Diggity in the house. Just appreciate you being here. Welcome. And okay, I'm gonna bring. I know we're going backwards a little bit here, but like I said, this isn't a structured show. I'm going to bring this down for a second, BC, and I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. And you did such a great job in the first place, so we're going to see if you want to go and Rain is just getting in here, so he missed our rant in the beginning of the show. Did you want to maybe give him the TLDR of things?
I mean, I totally can.
Yeah, I missed it too. So yeah, I'll be another. I'll be another set of ears.
So basically, it was a bunch of politician talk where they said a lot, but they didn't say a damn thing at all.
Yep.
They repeated some of the same things that they've been saying about it the whole time. Where we'll create a Bitcoin reserve. We don't have a plan on how we're going to do that besides telling people to do stuff, but we're going to get it done. And there's still a lot of legal hurdles that they haven't really talked about yet. I'm trying to say that I told the Treasury to find a net neutral way to buy some Bitcoin when you're running the government at like $1 trillion deficit every 100 days. Like, yeah, that sounds like the things that's going to happen there. You want to seize assets from a completely different branch like the DOJ and repurpose that. Seized assets, which by law would have to end up sold first. Like, there's a lot of legal hurdles they're going to have to battle first.
Well, one thing, I don't know if they brought it up, but tax revenue, if they had started accepting tax in crypto, they could take that and put it straight to it instead of having to go buy it. You would just collect your tax with crypto. Now, the only thing is, I'm sure it would still need Congress approval, but you wouldn't have to convert it. Like, it just, bam, it goes straight in.
Well, like, that's the one thing he kind of did say that I've talked a bit about is like the first thing you're going to do if you want to regulate the crypto industry is regulate the stable coins. And Trump did give a nod to stable coin regulations coming our way very soon.
Yep.
Well, I just hope that they define that line between CBDC and stable coins to where that is not controlled by the government and they can't expand. Like, I guess, I don't know if they can let the banks, I don't even know if I'd let the banks handle it, but somehow they need to control the quantity because that's just going to be money printing all over.
apparently laws have already, like, shortly after that, it was announced that like banks are going to be allowed to handle crypto.
Well, and Tether, like, look at Tether, they are backing up everything they have. Now, the question is it's not all cash, but they are at least buying treasuries. So that's the biggest worry is CBDC. CBDC, I think, with the difference between a stablecoin and CBDC is CBDC wouldn't be backed up. And if you ran a stablecoin, if you ran it right, would be backed by an asset or money.
Yes. But I mean, like, it's kind of wishy-washy though when you have your Hey, so our stable coin is backed by the US dollar, which is backed
that
by
they can print. We'll just print some more. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Well,
like-
and the other piece to that is the programmability of the stable coin. You know, if the government is going to say, like it tells all these, I want a back door, you know, like they do with social media companies.
Well, that's what they need to define. And I think it was already talked about before, but make a clear definition of what a stable coin is and what a CBDC is. Because if you kind of look at it, if you don't know, they're kind of the same thing. Congress needs to make the rules of like, no, this is like a stable coin must do this, and a CBDC, you know, can exist as this, and they should be two totally different things. Because if not, I mean, why even? Because they can just rename it to something else. But the biggest thing is
that's my concern.
It's not approving
Exactly.
the stable coins, is actually getting some hard set rules of what they can and cannot do with it, so everybody knows.
I don't disagree. You need proper framework because it's coming regardless. So yes, and Jay Violet is in the house. Jay Violet, welcome. Appreciate you being here. But yes, you are spot on. I agree. It's stablecoin legislation is what's going to come first, and hopefully well spelled out stablecoin legislation that does not allow for what could potentially be a backdoor CBDC.
Yeah. All right. Here's something else to think about. We know what a stablecoin is, but think about let's say the boomers out there or the people who just don't know anything about digital assets. You know what they're going to think? Oh, they want to take my cash from me, and they're just going to think it's just something that they choose to do so they can control the money. It's going to be a lot of fear, I would think. It's no fear for us because we kind of, well, to some, but we already know what a stable coin's for and how useful it can be. But think about the people who don't know anything. Try to put yourself in the mentality or the mindset before you knew anything about crypto and you said, hey, the government's going to start letting you spend money digitally, even though we know that's how it's kind of done now. But digitally, like the first thing that's going to go to the head is like, wait, that means I can't transact with my buddies without somebody knowing. Like they're going to freak out. People are going to freak. I think if people really think about it, there's going to be all these conspiracy videos and all this stuff. I see that coming. And it's just going to I think it take a long time to get everybody to get over that fear. We're going to be good with it because we already been using them. But yeah, I'm really curious to how, especially if they start pulling back cash, that's when the fear is going to set in.
Yep. And for the older generations,
but like,
and I put myself in that,
or the poor people who just sit on cash, like
you know what? Good point.
Trust banks.
Good point. Good point.
But like you basically have your US dollar is a CBDC.
Yeah,
there's like it's like 7% of all the dollars in the system actually have a physical dollar that is tied to the 1 and 0 that's in your bank account. That's all internal transfers.
Yeah, but the general public
pays this bank. We're like, oh, we'll write it off of this section of the balance sheet. Like, no money's actually changing any hands at the end of the day at the base of the U.S. economy.
We know that, but the general public doesn't know. And I didn't really know until I started learning about Bitcoin. Bitcoin opened the doors on how money works and how other things work. A lot of people don't know. And I think when you start pushing this out, people, I think you're going to freak out. I'm not trying to be a doomer, but I could see it because biggest thing trying to figure out how people think is how well you can put yourself in someone else's mindset. You know, like if you grew up poor and you become rich, you're going to remember what it was like to be poor. But the person who's been rich all the time probably can't relate. So I can remember when I didn't know anything about money and I thought that the money I actually deposited was in the bank.
Yes.
You know, that's the thing. I think when you start putting this stuff out, when you start to change something, it doesn't matter what it is, people are going to freak out at first computer, stuff like, well, they just pretty much dismissed it. It's like nobody's going to ever have a home computer. Nobody's going to, use the internet and this and that. But when they start making you use something, I think people are going to freak out. And kind of, I know for a fact that I'm going to have to explain it to my family. I just know that. Like,
oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I get it. I just want to bring up what K. Diddy just put up here. Unlike gold, they won't have to confiscate the paper. It'll just be some sort of cutoff date to digitize. Well, exactly. We've already seen them do that on the banking crisis in Greece, in the banking crisis in India. That's exactly what they did. They gave a date. This day, this type of bill, whatever it was, is no longer valid. Bada boom. That's
Mexico did it.
yeah.
Oh, I see. You're right. You're right.
It's the old peso, and then they're like, okay, we're no longer
That's
going
right.
to accept those. Here's your new peso. And it's just instead of being 100 pesos buys you that taco, it's now 1 peso buys you
Yep.
that taco. So it's like it's still the same thing. And they're just like lying.
No, you're right. I've forgotten about Mexico. You're right. You're right. And Rain is saying, let's bring this up. Gold and oil cryptocurrency basket to back the new treasury dollar. That is coming in the near future. The printing press will be stopped when they balance the budget by 2026, in my opinion, from research.
They just bought back a whole bunch of bonds this past week. That's printing money.
Right.
That printing press is never going to shut off.
I can't see a balanced budget by 2026.
Yeah, not by 2026, but they do have some things that they want to try. They're thinking about repricing gold.
Yes.
There's a lot of tricks they can pull to make the deficit look small.
And
printing a whole lot of money will do that.
Listen, you just hit the nail on the head. Making the deficit look small. And that's it. Looks can be deceiving. I don't know. You're right. There's many things they can do, many things they can juggle around or whatever the case may be. But when you're gonna be just about $37 trillion in debt, quick Joe, take your medicine. When you're just about $37 trillion in debt, but definitely, as far as I can see it, I don't see a balanced budget by 2026. I don't care what kind of fun they're playing around. Miss Bedell, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry. My buddy that came by to pick up the stud finder ended up hanging out, and we all did a couple shots, maybe a little bit more than a couple shots, but
and you're allowed, my friend.
We emptied 2 bottles out of the 6, so we're getting there. We're getting there.
And look, see, you've got a fan club, Miss Crypto Bedell, and she was in my. For those who don't know, she was in my stream and Joe's stream on Monday, and I'll tell you what, she was like the hit of the show. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there.
So you're gonna have to start.
I think it's probably the only person, except for Shuby, that has actually met Miss Crypto Bedell.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So you have to start addressing. You need to change your label up there. It's Miss Bedell and partner, or Miss Bedell and man, or something. Like it's gonna be her stream name from now on.
Oh man. And I'm just gonna back to where we were just talking about. Rain is saying I think most folks are not taking seriously how smart and creative Trump is. Just saying he is a deal maker. Yeah, listen, I don't disagree with. I think he does play. You hear the analogy. He's playing chess with these people, and I do think to some degree with some of the things he does, absolutely that's the case. That being said, I mean, even with the latest budget, it increases the debt that they just passed through the House. It increases the debt, so you can't be having a neutral budget if you're increasing the debt. Just saying.
And they want to
and
weaker
again,
dollar.
Yeah, I'm out of the 2 choices we had in November. Sorry, Hands down, Trump was the better choice. Not that. But just because I vote for a guy doesn't mean I agree with everything that he's doing and how he's doing it. Just saying.
But he's also trying to save money with, the Doge department. So if he's saving money and spending money, I'm okay with that per se, but it's a lot better than people that are just spending money and not trying to save. Like, they just print money, they just send money, they don't care.
And that's my point. I'm not saying one side ain't worse than the other. That's my humble opinion. I ain't very fucking humble, so there it is. But here, just Joe, cover your eyes if you ain't got your meds in you. But
you got the debt clock. Yeah, it's insane. It is absolutely insane, and nobody really understands it. Like how quickly we add new debt on. It's like $1 trillion every 100 days. It's
correct.
Disgusting.
I mean, look at it. It's 5, almost 10,000 every second.
Yeah.
To your point, Bedell, right here, Doge has saved almost round that up, $175 billion so far. So I mean, hey, double thumbs again. You know what I mean? All about it, but still.
But that doesn't even make a dent. I mean, yes, it helps, but it's not even like a dent in the debt.
It just isn't. It just isn't.
I mean, yes, it slows down the national debt clock a little bit, but what? You're saving $100 every second.
Yeah,
that's really not that much when it goes up 100,000 every minute.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you have
and
to
Buck,
start.
hey, thanks for stopping in, Buck. If you get a chance to come back, come on back. Yes, take care of the kiddos. Kiddos first. Kiddos first. Appreciate you.
Well, what got us into this was spending. So, you got to fix the root cause. Unfortunately, we got, a hole we got to fill back up. But yeah, what kept the hole getting deeper was the spending, and that's.
Well, they think they can.
They'll never stop, but
it's because it's your current economic system. It's Keynesian economics. You know how you get out of trouble? You print more money. And it doesn't matter because the inflation doesn't matter because we're just going to be dead. What kind of fucking logic is that, Keynes? And that's this whole problem that we've got. You depegged the dollar from gold, so you couldn't kind of regulate it that way. And they were like, money printer on. And it will forever be on because the current system of economics is set up to just print more dollars.
If the government can print money, why can't I? I mean, I'm in debt also. I'm sure everybody else is. Why can't we just print our own money?
Because the government says it's illegal. Which was here's the other part of that. So our founding fathers never intended for there to be a centralized entity that printed all of the dollars for the entire United States. The states were meant to print their own dollars, and you were meant to do trade with other states.
Damn, I wish Daniel Diaz was here. He would be so happy with you right now, BC. I'll tell you what.
It's all fucked because we let it be fucked. It's our fault.
True.
We're just continuing to let it be. We very quickly could change the system, but nobody wants to do that.
But in my opinion, the first time in history we have a president that's actually trying to not spend as much.
Is he though? Is he really?
I mean,
it's all the
created Doge, Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, that hasn't done.
So he's at least trying to save some money. When how many presidents have we had? Has any of them ever tried to curtail on the spending of the government? Has any other president ever created anything to oversee some of the spending?
You could argue that Clinton did.
That's what I was just about to say. He got us out of a deficit, and then
he came the closest in recent history.
Yeah, it doesn't matter Republican, Democrat. It's right back to the way that it was. Let's spend more money, and it's the same fucking game, and no side is not gonna. They're not gonna play it because they get to benefit from that. You know, like the system is corrupt. And it's like, you know how you get the vote? Well, you donate this money that we just magically print every year and say that we need more of to give to more of our friends to benefit and sway votes for one way or another. It's the same fucking shell game. The only people that are getting rich are those people.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw
no.
something in here just to make everybody just turn their head. But
Uh-oh.
so
Uh-oh.
on a technical point, Joe, I don't know if Joe would agree with this or not, but cycles are going to happen. People are going to spend. They're, you know, I'm not going to go into the cycle talk that much, but generations, you know, the four turning, all that stuff, it happens on a regular basis. Everybody reverts back to bad habits. You know, it's been talked about. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, this is what we got to do. We got to do this," and then you got this one generation that's trying to fix this thing. Then the next generation, they try to fix something else. They end up looping back around in the same circle and doing the same thing because they get to the point. They say, "Well, we need to help these people out, so we need to spend money." I mean, it's gone back so far in civilization. It's just going to have the Romans did it, the Greeks did it, the English did it. I mean, it's everybody's got the different justification. It makes sense at the time. So
It always supposedly makes sense at the time. I just want to throw a couple of these comments up here, and then I got to step away for a second. Bedell's going to have to drive here. Obviously, Andrea saying that's why we choose Bitcoin to opt out, and then RMT saying, yeah, and Andrea, they choose to opt back in for a number go up. Facts. I mean, you know, right now you got a bunch of maxis pissing around because, you know, Trump ain't pumping their bags. But let's not get me going on that. And then the problem is they just don't get enough money in taxes yet. And the only thing I got to add to that is the Treasury, I think it's the new Treasury Secretary said it right. We don't have an income problem in this country. We have a spending problem in this country. And it's based in DC. That, you know, that's the bottom line to that. And now I'm gonna put this up on the screen, and I gotta go to the bathroom myself here. My turn. So you guys can feel free to go ahead and chat this out. Rain's comment right here, and I will be right back.
yeah,
Well, if folks cannot see that it is time, this time is different and nothing is going to stop the golden age, and the waste stops and NGOs are done. Like, are you saying this time, this presidency is going to be different? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying about that. As far as us trying to stop all the useless spending, and right now is our chance. Right now is our pivot point to change stuff versus what we've been doing. So, like, we have to seize the opportunity. We have to, and like for me, like same thing too. Like before I got into crypto, like I didn't know anything about money. I mean, I know a lot more now about money, but I didn't think anything about money, and I didn't realize, you know, about inflation and the dollar getting, you know, less and less. And the reason is for that, well, the printing, and then not only that, but why are we printing? You know, it's the government, like it really is, and then we suffer for that. And like the more I got into crypto, the more I realized, because I never knew, and now it's like, oh man, like taxes and everything is just to keep us down. Like we don't need to pay taxes. If they can just print the money, you know, they can just print it, but they do that to keep us down, in my opinion.
yeah. I had to read that statement again because at first it kind of was making sense. The cannot part is what threw me off. So yeah, I have to disagree. What'll happen is something will go wrong. Trump or the Republicans won't get back in control. It will revert back to what it was because people, when they get elected, can't help themselves. I just don't. I mean, I know it's kind of like one of those things. If when you build it, they will come. But honestly, as long as the government still has power, they're going to go back to spending. They're going to go back. It'll look different, maybe, but it'll be the same spending. It'll be the same waste. I just don't. I think it's just going to have to crumble, and it'll be another empire that fires it up. But try to take care of yourself. That's all you can do.
Eventually.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Chat moved as soon as I hit the click button.
Yeah, I can't wait to Sunday. It's gonna be great.
What, the spring forward where
Yep.
we all lose an hour of sleep? So on Monday, everybody's gonna be grumpy as hell at work.
Oh, yeah, screw them. I want my daylight.
Same. I don't like having to drive in the dark in the morning.
I don't like it in the evening.
Yep, I'd rather be light at night.
I want to move to Greenland where there's like 2 months of pure darkness.
And I mean, you would just go to Alaska too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they'll pay you to live in Alaska.
Yeah, but it's
a
really
whole
not
lot.
that much. I've got a family friend that lives in Alaska that I grew up with and went to high school with, and she likes it. But like the money they make every year that they get paid, it's really not shit.
But it's not supposed to be like you pay your way there. It's supposed to like ease some of the cost of groceries because milk's like $9 a gallon, like stuff like that. I was like, okay, well, because you're paying $9.
From what she told me, it's equivalent to about 1 month of rent.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's still better than nothing.
Yeah, but when you're paying double the price for everything, like throughout the whole year, oh yeah, cool. You get like $1,500 at the end of the year. Okay, that really doesn't make up for double the price of everything.
Are we talking about the pipeline subsidy for Alaska? Is that what we're referring to right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to pay for ice up there.
Also true.
Your beer is always cold, huh?
That's right. That's right.
God,
I hope
please
not
no retro
RMT.
like that.
That's
Oh,
all
God.
I'm gonna say. I know exactly. Are you kidding me right now? Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh,
What's
man,
AOC?
I got story time for you. Damn.
Oh,
Joe's not
we
here.
do? Okay, hang on.
It's not as awesome as Joe's story time. It's
That's
actually
all right. Here we go. We got story time. We got story time. There it is.
in Alabama. You can, when you're in a certain county, or when you're in counties, you can choose to buy a tag that the first 2 digits determines, lets people know what county you're in. Instead of, they don't have a name, it's the 2 digits. It's Alabama, whatever. So, or you can buy a tag that's basically anonymous. So it'll just be a random set of numbers. And the series of those anonymous tags that are going out now start with the AOC. I bet people are fuming when they get the tag. A lot of them. Some people are probably loving it, but I'm seeing so many of them. I laugh every time I see it.
Nice.
In the story.
In the story. In the story. And RMT saying it's gonna happen. Just wait.
Yeah, and she's gonna bring Pigeon Coin.
That's right.
I must have missed what AOC is.
What?
AOC, our senator from New York.
The former bartender, wasn't
Yes.
it?
What is
Okay.
going on?
Just Google it, man.
So interesting.
Hey, Bedell, you're gonna have to drive again. Bedell, you're gonna have to drive again for a minute. I'm getting alerts on my internet. Let me swap things over. So I'm gonna go dark for a minute, guys. I will be back.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just sitting here trying to enjoy my dinner and talk to you fine gentlemen.
Any brownies tonight?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm jealous,
I've
actually.
been awake for almost like 16 hours. This is my first time eating today, all right? Relax.
Well, if you did a brownie, you'd been eating.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about food.
I cooked my food, and then my buddy showed up, and then we started doing shots and talking, and I'm like, fuck. I got to get downstairs. I still got to eat dinner and this, that, and the other. It's like, whatever.
That's why I went upstairs. I thought he was yelling, looking for something.
No,
Yelling at himself or yelling at something I moved.
no, talking to my
Hey,
buddy.
good job. I blame my wife on that. I do the same thing. I can't find this. What did you do with it?
Yep. It happens.
So all you gotta do,
Here's
Bedell,
me.
is put in
I can't find my
AOC in
glasses.
Google.
Put it on your head.
Vidal, just AOC and Google, and that's all you got to put, and you'll know what we're talking about.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yes.
There's. I just hope not. I don't want to live in that America.
It's gonna be Newsom, man. Newsom's gonna run. I promise you.
Well, that's what I think.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a feel. Well, I don't get too political on here, but I have a feeling that my mind just went blank. Hold on.
Some brownies.
Give me another beer. I'll think about it.
Come on up. I'll share some brownies with you.
No, I don't do those. But anyways, JD Vance is what I was thinking about. I think he's going to have a strong run next year.
You mean in like 3 years?
Yeah, next election, sorry. Because he's already not scared, and he's talking, and he's done so much more than the previous vice president.
Yeah.
But just opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, we're what? We're less than 100 days in. So
But I mean, you look at this guy.
If he's going to be a VP for 4 years and we're less than 100 days in, yes, he's being proactive. He's listening. He's understanding, but he's still got almost a whole another 4 years left to go.
Yeah, but some of the stuff I've heard him talk about, just me personally, he's not scared to jump in there and give his opinion or what's going on. And, I'm not supporting everything, but for him on the Ukraine deal,
Yeah.
Oh,
he was right there talking next to Trump while he's talking to Zelensky.
yeah.
Watched on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's another thing too to think about is look at all your vice presidents in the past. Can you remember anything they did? Probably not. And he's already done stuff, and in the shorter period of time he's been where he's at, and actually has had a huge voice. I mean, who was it he spoke to? Was it NATO? I forgot who it was. No, it wasn't NATO. What was that? It wasn't WEF. He just recently talked to somebody over. Maybe it was NATO. And basically, like, he was running the show. I mean, no other vice presidents I can remember really had big impacts. I think he's gonna. He is.
No, I agree. That's why I say that.
Yeah. Now he may burn. He may do something that ruins his name, but he's at least trying.
I mean, you'd probably see Ramaswamy dip his toes in again.
I like Ramaswamy. It doesn't seem genuine sometimes, but he's a smart dude.
I mean, if you any dude that'll buy like a dying medical company that technically is like not producing anything that they actually say they are, and then turn around and like just make stupid money off of it, I don't think a lot of what he says lines up with the kind of person that would do that. So
he is. He's a quick thinker too. Like on his debates, I mean, comes right off the cuff with an answer that you got to have somebody. I want the huge difference between his opposition that he would have been running if he ended up being a primary is, I mean, he would have smoked her in the debate because he had a little bit more cool than Trump does. But he can throw. Yeah, I mean, I liked him. A lot of people just didn't think he was very genuine. So he's kind of young too. So maybe
Did you guys see the Democratic thing they did where it's like choose your fighter? Like they're trying to figure out who their next leader is going to be. They did a video online where they're doing like Street Fighter on TikTok or some crap, whatever it was. It's like, come on. I mean, what? I'm not even going to look for it.
Who's the dude that's on CNN that actually defends the right side? Jennings or something like that. I forgot what his name is. Dude, he sits in the fire with all those, all the leftists on that CNN board that he actually attends and stands his ground and basically tells them that they don't have a leg to stand on. And it's not like they're going to kick him off the show. Like he's right. Like they are so lost right now. Like they don't know what they're going to do. It's going to take them every bit of the 4 years or 3 years or so to come up with something that can actually compete. They didn't have anything to throw up against Trump.
Well, none of their policy initiatives were really
unpopular.
Key winning issues.
Right.
I mean, you had one to get out the women's vote, and that was about it.
Just want to say hey to Jen, who just arrived. Appreciate you being here. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, BC. Keep going.
Oh, no worries. That was kind of the end of my thought there. They just didn't have a winning campaign.
No. They're going to have to change. I mean, they can't run on the same thing they ran on this last time.
Watch.
It won't work.
And there's
Well, they could. They won't win.
They can. But
if they're going to run Newsom or AOC, watch them.
yeah.
It'll just be a different person that's presenting this message. So like the message isn't always what matters. It's sometimes just how you say your message. Like Trump won because he says things whether very like not super intelligent, but very charismatically.
Clinton and Obama they nailed it.
Thing.
They nailed it.
It didn't have a lot to do with what he said. It's how he fucking
said it.
Or did Trump just win because of the president at the time wasn't really doing their job? And everybody was like, oh, this old guy. And they're like, oh, here's somebody else. Let's vote for him instead. Like sometimes it doesn't matter what they really say, because if they're running against the last president that fucked everything up, they don't really have to say shit except for, we're going to fix this. And that's kind of about it. And it's like, do you want to vote for the person that already fucked everything up, is going to fuck everything up for the next 4 years? Or do you want to give this other guy or this other person a hope of fixing stuff for the next 4 years?
Well, did you see Tim Walz's interview? So Tim Walz, they interviewed him and asked him, who's the Democratic leader? He goes, the American people. Then, right after that, they go, do you think Kamala Harris could be the Democratic leader? And he went, maybe. I mean, I'm just saying,
it is Tim Walz. Well, that's
So-
the point.
I will say what, like Crypto Bedell was saying earlier. One thing I'm not arguing, but one thing I think Trump did that was, and he had I think a great team. First of all, he had a great team behind him this time. But he had the cards stacked against him. I mean, all the court cases and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
they try to shoot you in the head. That's usually a downer.
He pulled a trick out of the Clinton bag. I don't know. A lot of y'all don't remember because y'all probably weren't old enough. But
Thank you.
Clinton first ran, he leveraged MTV, Rock the Vote. You remember that?
Yes.
He was speaking to the younger crowd, and it worked. And what the Trump team did this time is they got off of MSM, your mainstream media sites, and they went straight to podcasts, where most of the people are getting their news and most of the people are talking that they have confidence in. Nobody has confidence in the mainstream media. And that's one of the reasons the Democrats, which a lot of the reasons why the Democrats lost, but that was a big one right there, was how they're getting their message out.
Yep.
So, it's having that good team, and Trump built everything, his cabinet, everything. He thought about this. He had a lot of time to think about it, and he did a good job actually. And I'm sure he had help, but a lot better than his first time around. I think he could have been in a lot worse shape and still would have won this, just because of the team that he had and how they executed.
No argument. Sorry, just got to lower the phone here.
To be honest, I don't even think Trump really needed the team that he has right now to win, because the last president just effed everything up so bad that If he was just like, hey, you know what? I'm going to fix this by doing this. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix that. If he would have said he's going to fix things, he probably still would have probably gotten elected.
On a normal Republican candidate, I might agree with you.
It makes it a lot easier because now he can say, oh, okay, well, we have a plan for this. We have a plan for that. Like,
I don't think Trump could have done that. There's too much TDS going on in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, they hate Trump because it's Trump, not because he doesn't have a plan or he's, as they put it, he's a Nazi, he's a racist, he's all these other things. No, a regular Republican candidate maybe might have made some headway by doing it that way. But when you got people who, Trump goes and says the sky's blue and they're like, no, it's not, it's like, okay, well, that's what it is. And that's where we're at, unfortunately, in this country right now. It's not so much, I mean, listen, it's good to have a healthy debate. We just talked, at the beginning of this show, we were pissing on Trump and some of his shit. But that's healthy. But the way that what you're describing normally happens, I don't think would happen with this guy because he's too polarizing, my opinion, for what it's worth.
His team, I think his team helped him hit them swing states.
I agree. I agree.
Pennsylvania, especially.
That he would not have gotten, I don't think,
Yeah.
without it.
And the Amish.
Yeah, even the Amish.
Also,
when the Amish are coming out, you got something going right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with what Trade Intuition put in the chat.
Yeah. You're right. We did look weak.
And that's what I was saying, though, is like, Trump really didn't even have to say that much, except for that he was going to fix it and make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And he may have been elected, or he may have been elected just on that basis because, well, the current president is a fucking joke. Our country's a joke. Everybody's laughing at us. So are we gonna re-elect this guy, or are we gonna try this guy out?
I do agree with you on the Democrats. Definitely tried their best to shoot every one of their toes off, shooting their own foot. I mean, you couldn't got any worse. I really don't think every decision they made this last. They pulled every bad card that they could pull. So I do agree with that. It definitely helped him.
I think, my opinion, again, without the coalition, it would not have been as runaway an election as it was. He needed the RFK. He needed the Vivek. He needed Tulsi. I maybe he would have won without them, but it was certainly a lot easier with them.
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot in his last presidency, and then for the VP Harris to be nominated as president electee or runner as
nominated.
Yeah, she wasn't
But
nominated.
then it's like, well,
anyway.
okay, well, you were the vice president for 4 years. What did you do? Nothing? Okay, so why are you running for president? Oh, I was elected. Oh, okay, that's why? Like,
Except she wasn't.
Oh.
She won no primaries.
They just appointed her.
Exactly.
yeah. But it's like, well, why would anybody even vote for her when she already had 4 years as VP and did absolutely nothing? Like, not even a few speeches or nothing. Like, and then she's gonna be the next president. Like, why would you even vote for that person?
Well, but then again, how many interviews or anything did Biden do? So
Yeah,
follow
not a whole
your
lot.
leader. Follow your leader. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you do more interviews than him, you make him look even worse.
I'm just bringing up usernames comment here, and I think it can be summed up, in my opinion, by saying they went fringe. It was every fringe ideal and lunacy that was possibly available. That's what they embraced. My humble opinion, coming from a state that has a governor that's still fighting this stupid ass fight.
Well,
Bye, Sarah.
and that's probably why. you'll
Is
see
she
me-
leaving?
For a little while.
Yeah, she's gonna go.
I don't know why I keep doing that to try and see, but it's I'm like, oh wait, is she leaving?
Go.
Keith is trying to check out your ass as you walk away.
Yep, that's what I'm doing, baby. I'm like,
It doesn't work that way.
I know. I keep forgetting.
No, she hasn't been feeling good the last couple of days. So,
Well, I appreciate the fact she came down here for a little while and spent some time with us.
she just
Holy
always.
crap. It's after 9 o'clock already. All right.
She always
Listen, I'm going to close the poll off in 1 more minute. So if you haven't already voted and you're hanging out in here, if you are on X, the poll's already closed on X. So jump over to YouTube. I'll give you another minute to get over here, vote in the poll, and then I'm going to close it off. Same thing for Facebook. I see I got a couple of people on Facebook. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Head over to YouTube, though, because the poll on Facebook is already closed as well. I'll give you guys another minute to come over, and then I'll close out the poll on YouTube, and then we'll see what the winner is tonight. Bring it back up real quick. There's your options right here. Again, there's only 4 slots on the voting here. If you want something that's not there, let me know in the chat. ADA Gala Link Litecoin XLM. We will come up with the winner in about another minute.
You might want to look at adding HBAR to your list.
Well, listen, this particular list, HBAR was on the very first list, actually. We are way up on HBAR. But this particular list, I gave my granddaughter an entire sheet and had like multiple lists on, and I'm like, here, pick one out of every category. Say that 5 times fast. One out of every category, because again, this is going to my grandkids. So that's how these got picked. HBAR was on the list, but she didn't pick HBAR.
HBAR is looking nice and primed. So
Yep. No, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Yeah, I think my average.
No.
What was that?
I said HBAR. I don't know about that because it keeps pumping and then it keeps dumping.
I mean, it's got solid support underneath it, and it's constricting quite nicely. And it's on top of an old trend, an old macro trend line.
Do you have something pulled up, BC? I can bring it up if you do.
I have HBAR pulled up.
I'll bring it up. Hold on.
Yeah, I've just been.
Joe's already over here, like.
So, like, this is the macro one that has been doing battle with. You've got your golden pocket right here.
What time frame?
Range. This is on the 1 hour. So let me hide that macro there, and you can kind of see. These are drawn from the 4 hour though, from those candle bodies. That's where you can kind of see it better. It runs off of those candle bodies for the top side. It kind of comes back here off the wicks, runs off all of the wicks on the bottom. It's already started wicking back up. There's a macro golden pocket that runs through this 50% line that we're trying to get back above. You've got more touches on the top side of this triangle than you do on the bottom. So it's trying to break that top side.
It's trying, but will it?
All right, your volume's nice and green here, waiting on that money flow to just kind of come in. It's already got that solid bounce up. Looking for a continuation off of this macro golden pocket here. It's been holding up way better than a lot of your other alts too. You have LTC being quite the same. It's holding up quite nicely. That's why I voted for LTC on that list, because it's been holding up amazing against Bitcoin.
Litecoin's got supposed to be making a decision on the ETF, right, this month?
Yup. So if that's not at least a little bit bullish for a swing trade, I don't know what is. You got your golden pocket here on your macro holding up quite nicely. Just need to get back above that 50. The real battle level is going to be the mid of that range, and that's that 382 at like 115. These are more some micro levels I was looking at. If we do get some other entry points on the way up of a swing
What the fuck
trade
did I do?
double down on or take some half profits depending on the strength of it. Looks like LTC ended up winning that poll.
It won that one, but the question is, remember, I add in all the polls together. So with all the polls together, all right, let's go around the horn here. I'm going to get this off the screen real quick and see what everybody thinks is the winner tonight. In this particular poll for the stream, Litecoin by about 9%. If I got that right. Yes, by 9%. And Litecoin was in the lead initially, but you know, totality. I think you guys are gonna guess Litecoin it.
That would have been my guess.
I voted for Litecoin, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, Litecoin. Believe it or not, when it's all said and done, Litecoin only by 3 votes.
Wow. What was number 2 there? Was it still tied?
No. This definitive number 2. Go ahead. Guess. What are we thinking?
Ada.
Ada it was. Ada was number 2. Yes. With Link in 3rd place.
I love me some Link.
And I love it. I love RNT.
Yeah.
Dash is the only correct answer. There you go.
What did Link go down to? Like 13 or so?
Yeah. I mean, you just had like 200. You had like 230,000 Link just moved on to exchange the past 2 weeks as well. There's a lot of selling pressure on it.
That's good. I mean, that's
if
there's
you
not a
look
lot
at
of them that a lot of them you don't. Link is they're a first mover, number one. You know, they don't usually fall as far as a lot of the other alts, but you know, then again, I guess they don't pump really hard in the bull cycle. But I have confidence that they will be around several cycles where a lot of alts, even some of the top 50, I don't think will necessarily be relevant. I think Link will be relevant for a long time. I'm not looking at technicals on that. I'm just looking at fundamentals.
So like they were the cryptocurrency that did the first bank-to-bank transfer using a blockchain. That's why XRP partnered with them when they created XLM, because they're looking at the potential of like being partnered with Swift and using that as the dollar. So that's also why you see that Donald Trump nod to, hey, we will have regulations on a stable coin. That's also a very easy way for them to start implementing like taxes on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
And I just want to bring this up. Username, why didn't you vote? And then I see your comment here is should be all BTC. I'm guessing is the answer to the question. And listen, remember that this is $25, 15 of which, so the lion's share of which goes into BTC every week, regardless, which is why BTC is not on the list. The idea for me behind what I'm doing again, remember, all this stuff goes to my grandkids. So, I'm talking long-term hodl time frame, which is why I try to diversify this with these, with the additional alts is, you know what? Alts have bigger growth capabilities potentially, as far as, I guess, if you're looking dollar for dollar. And I believe in some of these projects, and I think they're going to do well. But I think BTC will be the base of it all. Just my thought process. That's how I'm doing it. But what's that? I don't vote for wrong answers. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Appreciate you being here regardless. But hey, listen.
How do you say you're a maximalist without saying you're a maximalist?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. I got no.
I
Listen,
won't.
Hey, if
I
I'm,
pick on maxis all the time because
Well,
I'm sorry.
okay.
That's putting all your eggs in one basket. Sorry, been alive too long to know that that's a bad thing. Or not a bad thing. That's sorry. I don't care how you shoot it.
Yeah.
BTC or not.
I
I'm
do.
not a maximalist. I do hold like a few alts specifically for gains, but I watched the cycle. So like that first initial run up we got on Bitcoin, I held like 10 alts, sold everything off, was in Bitcoin, was waiting, like bought the bottoms back on the 5 ones that ran the best, and then when we got the second push up, sold off a lot of mine around that 99K mark on Bitcoin, and then I've just been buying.
Gotcha. And RMT, where did it just go? Oh, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. I have alts. Yeah, I believe you. And listen, it's what it is. Everybody's got to go and do their own, to what's good with them. But I like RMT right here with I refuse to vote until Pigeon Coin's on the list, baby. There you go. Also settle for GAR. There you go.
Oh God. Yeah, that's a short fuse that you just set off right there with Ti.
Oh boy. I know. I just saw Joe's head like, oh.
Hey, I feel the same way as he does about Gary, so I understand it.
Oh, that's Gary. I thought it said GAR. Gary, sorry, my bad. Whoops.
Gary,
My bad.
Gary,
It's
whatever.
Yeah. So again,
dude,
old man eyes.
The first time somebody told me to do that coin, I look at it as like, oh no, this is trash. Like right away. Like, and then I started doing the thing. I was like, man, this is horrible. And then like 3 days later, person asked me again. So then I tell them again, it's like, this is still trash. Nothing's changed. And I'm doing my levels. So it even went down even further. And like a week later, again. And then finally it's like, you know what? Let me just make a video on this. That way, every time they come in, I can, just, hey, go to the video. So I did a video on it, did a deep dive. And I was like, oh, wow, this is why it's trash. And then sure enough, I go like on to other shows, and then somebody will, hey, how about Gary? And it's like it. So what I'm going to know is when I'm looking at other people who chart, I want to see if pretty much Gary's the test. If somebody says, look at Gary, and they look at it like, oh yeah, this one's good. I was like, oh, not watching that person anymore. It's literally trash. And everybody that I watch, as soon as they pull it up, they're like, oh, no, I don't know about the coin. I haven't done any research on it, but just this price action, I wouldn't do it. So that's their validation for me. Like, okay.
Me and Lunar Beaches got asked about Gary a long time ago when we were doing our show together. And like,
dude,
this was before it had like started its giant downtrend that's been never ending.
Oh,
Like,
really?
this looks like a rug pull. And then like the next week they asked about Gary again. I was like, oh look, it rugs. I'm like, are you trying to pump your bags here, bro?
Dude,
you should have sold that one.
They asked Lunar Beaches, I want to say like maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I happened to come in and I saw the Gary. I was like, oh, and then Lunar Beaches like, okay, let's look at Gary. And I'm like, oh, please, man, I like you. Please don't make me not like you. And then he pulls up Gary. He's like, oh, no, man. I said, oh, thank God. Because I would have probably had to talk to him. It's like, dude, no. No. But yeah.
That's funny. Okay, what was this, BC? What's he talking about?
I don't know. Maybe it's in the Discord somewhere.
Oh.
Let's see. Did you share a chart in the Discord? Don't know.
I was just curious. I thought you would know right off the top of your head when you saw that.
No, he just likes to give me shit all the time.
I think that's everybody from what you're saying.
Yeah, and he just said no.
Yeah. He likes to have fun.
Nothing wrong with fun. We like fun.
Who's Disclosure Crypto? Who's that?
I do not know.
No.
Do not know.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh, he said it was on your show, BC.
Oh, hold on. The chart I shared this morning. I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
I don't know either. But let's see here. Hold on one second. Let's do this.
I shared a few charts this morning, so I'm not sure which one he's talking about. But it is.
Sorry, I was just trying to look up Disclosure Crypto real quick.
It is
sorry.
almost 8:30 my time, and I have not eaten dinner yet. So I'm probably gonna hop off of here and then eat some dinner and then get ready for bed.
All right, man.
Good, man. Thank you for showing up.
Hey, we're still on for tomorrow, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you at around 11 my time, right?
So
That's the whole
10
plan.
my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, sir.
All right, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Thanks, man.
All right.
Appreciate all the input because that was a good way to start the show.
All right. It was fun. I have fun like always. So I'm glad to be here. I hope you gentlemen have a great night.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
good night.
Take care.
Later.
Yeah, it was good to have him here. It was good to have BC here. Is the guy that always. Yes, I was just trying to pull up his channel there, RMT. Just
Disclosure
to see.
Crypto is the guy. Oh, so he's a person. He's not a channel. Disclosure Crypto is the guy that.
I
always
assumed he had a channel.
Okay,
I assumed
yeah.
he had a channel.
And now that he says that name, yeah, it sounds very familiar as far as the one always requesting it.
Maybe it was Libra coin that he shared. That one, the Argentina rug pull project.
Oh,
Malays.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I wish you were on Piper Academy. Weren't on Piper Academy earlier when that guy was. You banned him and then he come back because I was waiting for you just to blast him.
Oh yeah, no. If he was on my channel, man, I would let him have it. But poor dude, he's only 18. He doesn't know any better. I'm glad we didn't ban him because we figured out that he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's like
No, he turned out to be all right.
Yeah,
he turned out to be all right.
Yeah, if it's your first day on YouTube, I get it. But if you've been more than one day on YouTube, like not to do all caps and then do like 5 texts right after another, that's spamming, man. I said you're lucky we didn't ban you. But I was so happy because there was 2 new people, or rather 2 people who were brand new to crypto. And when I was doing my show, and it's like, man, like it's so good to like get them when they're new, so that we could warn them about all the bamboozlers out there. And I
was listening, and then he said after I got 10 Ethereum for my dad, and $11 a piece. Well, now they're like 2,300 or somewhere in that area.
Right. And I told him too. It's like when there's newcomers, because it's a jungle. It really is. When there's newcomers, like we're the lions. We're the big lions, and like there are cubs. Like we try to protect them from all the hyenas that are out there. Because there's a lot of people that'll see them as fresh meat, and they'll bamboozle them with all of the 80% gains, 100% gains. I'll show you how to trade. Follow me, and they get tricked by that. Well, when they go into their groups, they realize that they're posting 20 charts a day, and they're posting 10 charts on their group, and so it's a lot, and then they end up suffering. So it's like, man, like I'm so glad you're here. Like we're gonna show you, we're gonna protect you we're gonna make you aware of everybody else who's trying to literally look at you for like fresh meat.
No, like I said, after it was said and done, I mean, I didn't see it because I was working and listening, so I missed what he'd done in all caps. But then I started paying attention because I slowed down a little bit, so I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm going, well, like you said, the kid's pretty smart, and he's 18, and he's trying to learn. So that is
man.
good.
I was so happy with that. I was like, man, and we had 2 of them in there that spoke up saying that they were new. It's like good.
Yep. No, that's good information.
Welcome back, Bedell.
Sorry, my buddy that I had loaned the stud finder to came back to return it, and we did a couple more shots, and then he just left. And my one neighbor outside riding lawnmower up and down the street and up and down his driveway.
He must have had some shots too.
And we're like, what is going on? It's like 27 degrees, and this motherfucker is out riding his lawnmower all around the neighborhood. Like,
they're not gonna get me for a DWI.
That sounds like some Florida shit right there. Florida,
right. Instead of little golf carts, you're using the lawnmower. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for it's like 26, 27 degrees right now. We had a good amount of snow today, just didn't really stick. There were just really big flakes. So I don't know.
Kid had a lot of people in the chat to help.
No, they did. They started helping. Everybody started once he explained what was going on. Everybody, Joe pulled up charts for him, and it was good for him.
Joe, you said this was on your stream today or on the Piper Academy?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But I just wish Joe would have said it because there's people out there listening that needed to hear what he wanted to say. Not necessarily that kid. That's not what I meant by it because he came back and was real respectful.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like, dude, you can't be. That's spamming. Like, people would have kicked you. Like any other channel would have kicked him right away, but we didn't. I just muted him for 5 minutes, and then he came back on. I was like, what? Like, why would you ban me? Like, you can't be doing that. Like, come on, man.
Right.
And there was a few people waiting for that button for him to show back up to ban him for life.
Yeah.
But he came back and said the right things that he was able to stay. So.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll be tuning in every day, and then of course I told him about my channel, and to me that makes me feel good, kind of like saving them. Like, you got two new people. So
that was funny though. The one guy was talking about. I see that guy Turtle. He got banned. He's like, you should wear that as a badge. Like I said, I paid attention. I was there for quite a long time. I didn't talk much, but
yeah.
If I can throughout the day, I'll turn it on just to keep the hours up. Speaking of hours, Keith, did you get how are you doing on yours?
I had a good bump thanks to a few of you guys. Appreciate that, by the way. And let me go. I'll go pull up the live number. Hold on.
Sure, if you were tuned in on Tuesday, he talked about it also on Tuesday because I did ask the same question.
No, I did not get there till late Tuesday because when I chatted, I was there Tuesday, but it was like 5:45 or something. Our time, not Keith's.
But I'm sure his hours have been bumped up again since Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm sure that. But Dell, you got the. I think I wrote it down. I just don't have it right in front of me. Yeah. Is this the one?
Well, Kim's been watching 24 hours a day since Sunday.
So last time. I want to say last Friday, you needed 392 watch hours.
Ooh, that's nothing.
Yeah, right now I'm down to again for the first level. If my math is good right now, while I'm doing the math in my head, 135 hours.
Kim's been watching since at least Monday morning at 7:30 when I got to work. 24 hours a day.
And I've seen it, and I know Bedell did. I think even Jar did in between his moving and stuff like that, and so on. And it's made a big difference. Not to mention, I've had a good group doing a lot of the lives that I've put out, which has been great. And that's why I was like surprised. Like even now, as we speak. Most of my people are on X, and I love you guys for being on X. Thank you very much. 75 people watching currently on X. I'm just trying to bolster up my YouTube side of things, which is why they're asking that question for those who are unaware or you're new here. Speaking of which, if you're new here, if you're on X, make sure you're following me there. And if you are jumping onto YouTube, smash up that like button and the subscribe button. Appreciate that. So, yeah. I've had a lot of people this week, especially people loved the fact that I went live with that whole when I went live on what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday, when they did the announcement, the crypto announcement. That ended up, I'm sorry, he said it was going to be an investment announcement or something like that, and it ended up being about the semiconductor chips. I thought it was going to be a crypto thing because he had just done the reserve announcement, so I thought that was what it was going to be. So I went live, and it ended up being about the semiconductors. Not that that's not crypto adjacent, because I mean, we need chips for various things here in the space, including AI, and mining and stuff like that. So. Yeah, there you go. Yes, Bedell has returned to the party. Wait, did I get that right? Violet has returned to the party. I thought it said Bedell had returned to Violet. Well, because right here, then there's right below it was, hey, Bedell. I got all again, old man eyes. Old man eyes.
All right,
Oh,
guys,
man.
I'm going to punch out. I'm in the same boat. I'm starving, dude. I haven't eaten anything, and I'm sure I'm going to do the same thing after I eat. I'm crashing.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, glad I wasn't going
Appreciate
to,
you.
but I was like, man, I haven't been on in a couple of weeks, so I better.
You see, I tagged you in my latest video, right? Did you see that?
No, actually, I actually was feeling kind of bad the last little bit you talked about how everybody was watching. I don't think I got to watch any of your shows this week. Well, not to. Like, I was on the road a lot, and I just kept missing like your times. Like, I don't know.
No,
but Joe's, like, I would see Joe's stream. I may not have time to watch it, but I would go in.
Joe is live every minute of the day, for crying out loud. It's hard to miss Joe's stream. But listen,
open your phone. And
yeah,
there.
I know. Seriously, though, go check out X. I tagged you in the latest video that where Joe. Remember a few weeks back, Joe was talking about the whole making a cake.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Well, I tagged you and Bedell because you guys, I put you guys as the end to Joe's making the cake. So go check that out.
You tagged me in it about something about doing dishes, and I screenshot it. I meant to watch it the other day, but I just have completely fucking forgot.
What day was that? Do you know? What day was the stream?
No, it wasn't a stream. It was a video.
A replay.
And it was yesterday. I dropped it yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it
out. Yeah, it's CCM Clips. Is what I received the notification as.
Yes. It's a clip. It's like 5 minutes long. It was a clip of matter of fact, the Crypto on the Rocks. Gotcha. Crypto on the Rocks. So I was just seeing if you had a chance to take a look at it. I wanted to get your 2 cents.
The weekend's usually when I catch up on the stuff I missed when I'm on the road. So yeah.
Gotcha. Well, go get dinner. Appreciate you being here, man.
Yes,
always.
thank you.
Enjoyed it.
You are welcome always.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Have a good weekend, Hunter there.
All right. And then there were 4.
I feel bad I missed a lot of his conversation.
Well, you shouldn't, because he talked mostly about you.
Well, if you go back and watch the whole entire live stream, he gets more watch hours.
I had a friend come over. We ended up doing shots. He came back over. We ended up doing more shots. I'm sorry. Like,
it's okay. You're alone.
I can already see. He comes back. He's like, "What were we talking about? Oh yeah, shots. Let's go." Like, we were talking about. Oh, that's right. Let's finish up the conversation.
And Lance, thank you for tuning in on Facebook. I see you. What's the Jave had? What's this? Had 2 of my favorite clients today. Well, that's a good thing.
Nice.
That's good. Yes. There's party people everywhere, man.
So I
was glad BC joined today. I don't know about you guys. Sorry, Shuby. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Sorry about that.
So my tablet at work was playing forever, but it's an old iPad. Now all of a sudden YouTube goes, you have to update. Well, I can't update because it's an old iPad. So I can't stream that one no more. But I just remembered my old laptop that I used to hang out with. That's going to work with me Monday.
Double thumbs, man. Double thumbs. Yeah, I mean, if I keep maintaining where I'm at, I'll be at that first level probably within the next few weeks, God willing, and then hopefully on from there. I'm cautiously optimistic. It's getting close, getting close.
Well, that one live stream that you have, the playlist you have, I think it was like 300 and something videos.
Yes,
Kim watched almost every single one this week. She's up to like 200.
God bless her. God
Well,
bless
she's not
her.
even there. Anyways, is that a YouTube?
I know, but still, God bless her.
As long as the volume is set to a certain level or above,
Oh, the volume's all the way up, but
that's all that really matters.
the volume's all the way up, but the speakers are turned down, so I can't hear it in my office because we're in the same office. Which
Yeah.
she doesn't work there right now, so.
I mean, that's what I do at night, and when I'm during the day when I'm at work, I play all of his videos at work, and I turn the volume up to like 80, 85%, but I turn the speakers off.
Yep.
So the computer thinks it's playing sound, and I'm watching the videos, and I'm like just not at home working, and
Yeah, you're working. Yeah.
Every time I walk by the office,
seems
I
to
look
be
around, I
working,
see these
so
screens.
forget it. I mean, as long as it works for right now, I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Yep.
I walk by her office when I go outside to smoke, and I look, and well, hi, Keith.
Still going.
So I see you about 20 times a day.
We got 30 days until we have to get CCM monetized.
I like
So
that. I
let's
like
pull
your
together,
thought process.
everybody.
Hey, listen, the fact that everybody, like I said, is coming and checking out the live streams, and Piper was great about it. Joe knows. We went from Piper's stream. He brought everybody over to me and Joe on not this past Monday, the Monday before, because Piper's off in the Caribbean, I think, somewhere, right? Isn't he right now?
On a cruise,
Yeah.
that's all I know.
Yeah, some cruise or something. And but yeah, that was great. People came in, watched the stream for a while, helped with the watch hours, get those thumbs going, and that was awesome. And yeah, so it's great. It's great. I appreciate everybody.
Yeah, one thing that helped me when my very first video was a live stream, but it was like a controversial live stream, and I did it for like 4, maybe 5 hours, and I had a lot of people watching. So man, that helped me
That
out
just-
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, I told you guys. Remember, I one of the FOMC meetings. I went live for one of the FOMC meetings, and like I went from like 0 to 500 viewers in like 60 seconds. I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
yeah, exactly." It was like insane, Not that I was complaining by any shape or form, but it
Right.
was just like all of a sudden it was like, I start sweating and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, what's the Piper is the barest bear of bears? Yes, yeah.
I heard it, Shuby.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah. Oh, dang nabbit. Go ahead.
I mean,
No,
you
go.
have to, but between me and him, I heard it. So
I know. I got one left in my cooler right here.
I'll wait for you, CCM.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Cheers.
Oh, it didn't even trying to open it. There it goes. Cheers.
Cheers.
I got 5 left of mine. I plan on hanging out for a minute.
And
You know what's funny?
you left down here, but my intention was to come down and say, "Hey guys, I'm only going to be here for about 8 more minutes."
That's
But-
like a specific number. 8 more minutes.
Yes.
I know that really was kind of specific. Yes,
it
Jay
takes me
Violet.
7 minutes to smoke a cigarette. So I figured by the time I come down, I light a cigarette and I say, "Hey, I'm only here for 8 more minutes." By the time I put the cigarette out and say my goodbyes, that's at least 8 minutes, maybe 9. But I've already been here for probably 10. So
So it's time for another cigarette already.
There it is.
exactly.
And if you guys
Oh,
didn't know,
man.
down in Keith's description somewhere,
Oh my God. Yes. You know what? I don't want to put it out on video, but I'm going to send you guys a message about that in the private chat. So give me a minute. You guys can go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. It's
let
going
me
to take me
see
a
your
second to
left
type
hand
it.
first.
I keep grabbing the wrong mouse and keyboard. My bad.
The woman's gonna get upset about that. You better slow down.
She's not feeling so well, so she's taking a nap on the couch until I go up there and I wake her ass up. Like, woman, get to the bed.
Oh, that's kind of like when you were sleeping on live stream. She said, "Man, get to bed."
Yeah.
Okay. I just sent you guys the TLDR in the private chat on my ring.
That ain't right.
I know. Old man hands. Just saying.
I don't even wear mine unless I'm going out of town and I have to have something. That's it. It stays right in here. I open it up.
Yeah, for me, I prefer the card. I like the card.
I do too. You know, I did put one in my wallet, and I have a card I run around with. And
Like the ring is cool. It's more of a like a conversation piece to me, but it's more expensive, but it's got that cool feature. But for me, I'd rather just have. It's kind of like a DVD compared to a VHS. It's cool, but you can still see, kind of still.
I wish I'd done a little more research before spending extra money on a ring.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the ring. I was like, I don't need it. I got the cards, and the cards are very cheap too. Like I thought it was gonna be way more than that, but I do like Tangent for by a lot.
No, I love the concept of it, and it's worked so far pretty good for me. I just got to get everything else moved over, and I'm just still kind of just learning. So
That's a great question, username. What do you say, Jay Violet? What's the drink of choice? Oh, and RMT. He's asking RMT as well.
I don't know. What do you drink, Bedell? I forgot.
Budweiser.
Oh, I remember.
He just wanted to see the koozie.
Yes, he did.
Yes, Budweiser.
Well, if you need to see the actual can as proof, I'll show you.
I can see it's red. We're good. You can't even get it out.
I got too much in my hands. I'm not trying to.
There you go. There you go.
All you have to do is go like this. I'll teach you a little secret. You see a red top, you know it's a Budweiser.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have what Jay Violet's having. There you go.
Maybe in maybe in 2 weeks I'll have a little bit more in the background.
Oh, what do you got going? And
It's
you
an
want to tell us about now?
I didn't really share, but like I said earlier, we emptied 2 bottles today. So if you want a hint, it involves kind of empty bottles.
Ah, okay.
Oh, here. I'll turn this on. Maybe that'll add to the hint.
I'm excited to see.
So I do have a question for you guys. So my camera is like so wide angle that the green screen that I bought is just not wide enough for the space. Do you have a recommendation for something? And I mean, I'm probably 18 inches from my camera.
If you go into your camera settings, like my camera has 3 different settings. It's like wide, narrow, and like ultra wide. But you can also zoom in on my camera. So if you go into the camera settings, you may be able to change the aspect ratio, maybe zoom in like 10, 20%.
Now, is that through StreamYards or is that through...
No, that's straight in your camera settings.
Yeah, you gotta, when you plug in your camera to your computer, you have to go into the settings section.
Okay. Because right now, I keep this because I'd rather, like Joe, man, he's got that badass background with all the TVs he bought, and he don't even have a green screen. I'm just joking. He might, but
It is.
It does. It does.
Yeah,
I'm
Joe,
sure-
Joe
I mean,
just
I-
doesn't line up all his dead computers back there now.
Well, I think he's got one working now, so.
Yeah.
Well,
this one always
it's working
gets me
right
upset.
now.
Yeah.
There ain't no guarantee. Poor
I
guy.
still
I've
haven't-
never
I
seen
still-
somebody get crushed so many times when he goes live, man.
I know. And I still need to plug in my other one. My other one's supposed to be a better computer. This one has a 3090 in it. My other one has a 4090, but for whatever reason, it was messing up. But I think it was because of the HDMI cable. Because when I plugged everything into this one, everything was working great until maybe a month or whatever. And then I realized, oh, it's one of the cables. So that one, the 4090 probably works. I just need to plug it in my computer.
You know, you can just plug the 4090 into that computer that works and just have a better GPU.
Well, no, I mean the computer works. I mean it's a newer computer and everything, but the reason I unplugged it was because it was messing up, and I'm thinking it's because of the HDMI cable. But I never plugged it back in. It's like I already have this one. There's a lot of wires. I just leave it. But I think. But I have another desk. I bought another desk. I just need to put it together. My cousin was here, who builds a lot of stuff, and he never offered to help me to build it. Never offered.
Oh,
And I was waiting. I wasn't going to ask him.
You're like, you know what? Let me just put that together for you, Joe. Let me just do that for you. And that's what you were hoping. And he was like, fuck that.
Dude. And I actually had the desk in the living room. I
Man,
had the
this
box in the
guy
living
only
room.
puts me in water. Why would I do anything for this guy? Come on.
So, like, I'm letting him stay here for a little bit, right? Well, he got me in between jobs. So he was staying here for a little bit. And I had just received the desk, and I had it in the living room. And I was going to, put it in the office and fix the desk, whatever. Then he shows up like a day or two later. I was like, oh, cool. Let me see. Because he put together my chair. I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't even ask him or anything. I got it. He was like, oh, you got a chair? I was like, yeah, I'll probably fix it later. He was like, well, I'll just do it right now. Like, okay. Because he has nothing to do. He's not working or nothing. And then so I had the desk here. And then he showed up like a day or two later. And it's like, what's that big old box? I said, oh, that's my desk. I haven't had time to do it. This old sad story. I haven't had time to do it. Busy, this and that. But I'll probably do it maybe this weekend. He's all right, cool. Well, that weekend passed, and the next, and the next. And so I just left it there. It's like, oh, man, maybe he gets so bored. No, he didn't get so bored. And he left already. I was like, dang it, I got to do it. But I got to get that.
It's not that hard. It's just like 100 pages of instructions. But it's really not that difficult.
Dude, so you know how there was an entertainment center that when I first got over here, I bought an entertainment center. And, of course, it's a TV stand, rather. So, it has all the little pouches with the A and the B and the stickers for the different screws and nuts and everything. And they're like, hey, I'll help you build it. I was like, oh, cool, man. So, I'm clearing everything out and everything. And I go and I look. I said, what did you do? This fool got all the bags, ripped them all open, and put them on the center. I was like, please tell me you did not just do what I think you did. It's like, what? They're all those nuts and bolts and everything. I said, dude, that's why it tells you, like, page 1 says use put A and B in together. You don't just get this one. And then he's like, no. So we ended up using the wrong ones for a certain part because there was supposed to be more for another one. It's like, this is why you're supposed to. I mean, come on, man. A's and B's, and got me a little upset, but we got it fixed though.
Well,
It's funny he probably never put together furniture that was built or was supposed to be assembled like that.
I don't know.
I can build anything that you want, but I've made that same mistake one time and one time only. And after that, I was like, you know what? A, B, C through fucking Z. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to lay them all out. I'm going to cut them out separately, and I will open them as needed.
Yep. I'm the
Because I
same
learned
way.
the lesson that one time, and I was like, nope, never again.
Wife goes through the parts list and lays everything out, and she goes, you know, every box, every piece, and she is the queen of putting stuff together. If I buy something's got to be put together, I just go, hey, you want to do this? She goes, yes. It's like a puzzle tour. She will do it all. I don't have to touch it.
I've done that like Bedell. You know, I'm gonna build something. I get all of them and I just put them out there, and then it don't take me one time though. Because like, oh man, it's not this one. Is it this little one? And I think it's this one. And then sure enough, at the end, it's like, oh man, I did it up. I do it again. But I don't know. But if he was gonna help me build that one or just build it, I was gonna tell him, don't open them all up. Like, I'm not telling you how to do it, but I'm telling you how to do it. Don't open them all up. They're for a reason.
So I got a really funny short story about this.
Story time.
I'm bringing it. Hang on.
So for my 6-year-old daughter, I bought her a princess tent off of Amazon. And in the instructions, it says everything is color-coded. But you know what the funny part was? The instructions are in black and white.
Seriously.
And I sat there for a minute. I had to have a couple beers, and I'm like, really?
You're like, did I just go
The
colorblind?
instructions is color coded, but the instructions are in black and white, and I'm like,
wow,
that's funny.
Who got fired over this, or who lost their job? Because
they had one job. Instead of black and white, put color. They had one job.
everything is color coded. Oh, let's print it in black and white and mail it to everybody. Fuck them. I'm like,
wow.
I had to sit back for a minute, and I was like stunned. And the girlfriend even came over, and she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, read the instructions. She's like, everything is color coded. I was like, yeah, keep reading. And she's like, everything is in black and white. And I go, yeah,
exactly. Exactly. Welcome
And
back,
then
Jay
the
Violet.
person who was running that started running for president. We know it.
What president? No,
no. That was like the last president. That's the kind of work that he did.
Well, I'm talking about Kamala. Like, I want to run for president. Oh my gosh.
Whatever. They're out. They're out. Time to move the fuck on. Let's go.
Where are we
Can
moving?
you imagine that? Like, if she was in, man, we'd be in a world of hurt. I'm really happy. I'm really happy where we're at and where it's going. So,
yep. Much better direct. Well, I got issues. We discussed those earlier. Not going to rehash, but like all things being equal, lesser of two evils for sure. Right now,
I just want the crypto market to move. Let's go. Like, why are y'all taking so long? Let's go. I want everything to be. I want to be, like I said last time, I want to be upset, or I want to console my members for being upset that they're only up 40% in a day. I'm waiting for that. Like, dude,
you had that like Sunday or Monday this week.
One day out of a year, really?
And then everything fucking dropped back down. He's only been in the office for what? Month and a half?
not even.
Maybe 7 weeks at most.
Not even. He got inaugurated the 20th of January. It's only March. Well, yeah, okay, so that's a month and a half. Yeah, my bad. I'm again drunk. Too many cheers tonight. Yeah, month and a half.
I mean, a lot of people go back at the president after the first 100 days.
Yes, that's usually
the
initial.
Talk about how it's only been like 40, 45 days a few days ago, and I'm like, all right, because most presidents only do the most that they can in the first 100 days. Now, in his first 15 days, he did more than most presidents do in fucking 4 years.
Yep.
But I already know he's going to hit that struggle bus at some point.
Oh, of course he is.
He wants to do all this, but you got the Senate, you got the Congress, you got the DOJ, you got all these things going against you that at some point he's going to get throttled as to what he can and cannot do. But
And to me, it's like you really have to look at the people who are trying to stop him from making America great. You know, you have to look at those people. Like, why are you trying to stop me from trying to get, all this spending under control and everything else?
Yep. Well, they don't want their checkbooks to dry up. It's that simple.
Yep.
It's literally that simple, right? I mean, I know that sounds like an oversimplification, but it's you don't go into politics, get a salary of 150,000 a year, and then walk out with 90 million later without being
Right.
like bought and paid for somewhere. Sorry.
I grew up with a guy that me and him have been exchanging words on Facebook lately, because he makes a post and I comment. I make a post and he comments. And he's in the transportation industry, and he was like, "I'm going to lose my job if Trump gets elected, so don't vote for Trump." And I go, "Fuck you and fuck your job. If that's the only reason why you're picking Biden is to save your fucking job, well, then you need to look elsewhere for a job." But he works for the railroad. And now he's like bitching about the tariffs. And I'm like, okay, I can understand the tariffs, but did you lose your job because President Trump got elected? Because that's what you just said a few months ago is, if he gets elected, I'm going to lose my job. And it's like,
It's all the media, all the misinformation the media is giving them, and without research, like that's all you have to go by, and you figure the media's not going to lie.
and then he put something on there the other day, and I was like, oh, it actually looks like you copied and pasted this from like a media source. What was your source? Because if not, you're plagiarizing it. And he's like, oh, well, no, that was my own, but I mistaked. It was supposed to be 50,000, not 500,000, because it was about like how are you gonna save for retirement? Because the average, retirement is like 50,000 or 500,000 or whatever. And I go, well, you invest and you make passive income, or you save. But in the last presidency, none of that ever happened. At least with this president, it could happen. I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying it could. And then he like started backpedaling, and I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up sometimes. Like, I'm not saying I'm right all the time, but
Facebook is one of those places that I do not post anything personal about anything. You go look at my Facebook page, you see food. You've seen, well, Bedell's seen it because he's on my Facebook. See my chicken coop that with all the wind it just flew over and landed into my new internet line that I just got. I don't.
That's when I added you, because my girlfriend Sarah was like, hey, did you see this post? I was like, no. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not even friends with this motherfucker. Like, I'm friends with his business page, but not his personal page. I'm like, this asshole.
Well, you didn't ever send me a request. That's just my personal page. I don't get on there often.
I just get on there to talk shit and stir up some trouble.
But that's about social media. I leave. You'll never see me bash, say anything, because you know what? Your personal belief's your personal belief. I just won't comment on it because I got a couple of people around here that I totally don't agree with, and I could, but all it does is draw more attention to you. And I don't care. I don't care. Your opinion's your opinion. I'm not going to change it. And you're not going to change it. I got messages from family members that don't agree with a lot of the topics that we have. But you know what? It's my opinion. It's her opinion. And we all have them. That's what makes America great.
Yep. You should be able to have them and still be able to break bread.
But you should be able to voice your opinion.
Yeah.
Like Bedell's saying, you just got to voice it the right way.
Fuck that.
Well, see?
It's Facebook. It's America. I can post anything I want on my public Facebook page.
No,
if you don't like it, then fuck off. Guess what? Don't let the doorknob kick you in the ass on the way out.
I did not say that you can't post what you want, but when you respond to somebody that doesn't agree with you, don't bash them. Try to educate them.
Oh, I do.
I'm just saying, though, and I don't know what you post on other people's pages. I can't see it. It's just, but there's too many people that just bash, and then they have no reason when somebody asks, why are you doing this? Because the one guy that he's like so knowledgeable, supposedly, that's on my page, and he asked people, hey, this is the research I've done. What research have you done? Nothing. Your guys, people suck. Just have knowledge when you're going to respond. Don't just respond because of feeling. Respond because of education, kind of like in the crypto world.
Yeah, unfortunately, people are way too emotional these days. Your team, this one, your team, that one, your team, this, your team, that.
That's
Well, the
just
guy that I was just talking about was like, well, how do you plan on retiring later on in life? Say you're at 50 years old. How do you plan on retiring? Because blah, 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 blah. You know, and he gives like a couple examples. I go, well, just so you know, like retirement and SSI was designed for one person working and one person on retirement. Last I knew, correct me if I'm wrong, and I put this on there. I was like, last I knew, a few years ago, it was 7 people working for one person on retirement. But as inflation is happening constantly, it could be 10 to 1 right now. It could be 10 American workers for one person on retirement. Now, if this gets even any worse, there's going to be no retirement. Like, I don't ever plan on retiring. I'm going to work until the freaking day that I die. Probably have a heart attack on the job, but that's what it is, because I don't plan on retiring. I already see how this is playing out and how it's played out over the generations. It's like there's no hopes of me retiring at my young age of 40 years old.
I thought the same thing, and it's circumstance and job. And I'm not saying I'm going to be able to retire comfortably, but if you get your stuff paid off, take care of your bills, and if you want me to, I'll give you shit. I don't want to, but I would. You know, it's got to manage your money.
Oh, for sure.
And, you know, I'm guilty of it because I'll tell you what, I go buy a casino. Luckily, there's not one by me. I'll go throw money in it. But if that money went to, like you said, in the crypto or into a retirement or into a 401k, it does much better because every once in a while you hit and you get to have a few extra drinks. So, I mean, if I just quit drinking, between me and the wife, if we stop drinking and I quit smoking, I guarantee there's $600 a month that could go wherever I wanted it. So, I mean, you think about $600 a month.
And I feel that's kind of putting it a little on the light side, but I don't know how much you guys drink or smoke, but I mean, to me alone, if I stop drinking and I stop smoking, that's an easy $600 a month alone just in my wallet.
But that's what I'm saying. So $600 a month, you think about that, and you put that in, you got $6,000, $6,600, $7,200 a month to go towards retirement, to go towards crypto, to go towards a 401k. You know, I'm just, even if you cut it back a little bit, say you cut it in half. So, I mean, people saying that they can't retire and doing this, that, and the other. No, society with Amazon, with everything else, ooh, I want that. So, I mean, you can take and cut out a little bit and go where you want to.
But kind of on the flip side of that, and I'm not saying you're wrong, I agree with you 100%, Chubby, is you could save if you stop doing this, doing that, whatever. Like, I mean, we all could do the same thing, but the problem with, I feel, with mainstream media nowadays and most people nowadays is they want to be happy today and not tomorrow.
Oh, it's about immediate gratification. That's for sure.
I'm just saying, people say that
people don't care about tomorrow if they're not happy today. So they want to make sure that they're happy today, and then they'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
But I'm just saying, you saying you can't. You can. Just what decisions you make today makes your tomorrow. Honestly, I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm not saying I am totally guilty of what I'm saying to you. I'm just, if you want it bad enough and you want to retire and you want to do this, just think about how much for the next 10 years. That's $72,000 if you're doing $600 a month. You know,
yeah.
I mean,
no, I mean, I completely understand that. And I agree with that on the same point, but at the same time, like, I kind of want to be happy right now, and I want to be happy later. Like, I'm not living my life right now and saying fuck tomorrow, but I'm not pinching my pennies so I have a better retirement if I even ever reach that age.
No, like I said, I didn't say that I'm doing it.
You know what? I'm gonna enjoy what I can right now a little bit, but not go too crazy. And then if there's something,
I'm not saying I'm doing it.
fine.
I'm not saying I'm doing it, but people that says they can't do it, that's all I'm saying.
Right. But I was just talking about this friend that I grew up with that's in the transportation industry and the railroad, and he's all against Trump. And I'm like,
That's his choice.
yeah, I mean, that's his choice, but it's like he keeps voicing his opinion on fucking Facebook all the time, and I keep fucking like throwing my opinions in there, and it's like, man, one of these days, I even invite him on a show. I was like, dude, Friday nights, I'll send you the link, or you can come over, or I'll come over there. Like, I don't care. Like, we can be mutual, but I got other people on there that would like to hear your opinion. And
Well, you want a Facebook guy to mess with? I'll tell you what. I'll send you his link, and you can give him shit all day long that you want.
but it's funny because, like, as soon as you start calling people out like that, they're like, oh, never mind. And then they just shut up for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they go back to like bad mouthing, President Trump. And it's like,
But
man,
this guy will
like,
give you statistics, and he'll give you everything you want. You just be prepared. If you're going to debate with the guy, you better have facts. I mute him all the time for 30 days because I just get tired of seeing the shit.
facts are facts. I mean, if he wants to talk a bunch of nonsense and make himself look like an idiot, do I really need facts? Not really, but it would be helpful. Yes, but
with him, you'd have to have facts. But anyways, how's everybody else on? I'll shut up now.
I don't mind listening. I'm you see me, I'm shaking my head. I'm with you. I feel you
about
guys.
20 minutes ago, I was like, I'm about done.
Please. Right
Well,
now.
I was being quiet earlier because, you guys were talking stuff that just made sense and people wanted to hear. So I just kind of, just chimed in here a little bit. I don't want to take over the show when it's important information. No, I'm serious. Joe's agreeing with me. I'm trying to just let the important stuff come across.
It's not what you say. It's like your tone. Your voice is really horrible. No, I'm like,
no, you're not. Go ahead, Joe. Tell the truth.
I love it how I'm so serious. It's like, no, good. No, but to y'all's point though, like a lot of people do that. Like they'll voice their opinion, and then when you call them out on it, it's like, because like you're confident in your own stance, and when you call them out on it, they're like, well, it's like, no, man. Like if you're serious, let's have a debate. Like there's no argument. Let's just have an adult debate.
Yeah.
You do your
Let's
stuff.
converse
I do my
about
stuff. It can be facts, it can be feelings, it can be, what you heard or whatever. Just let's put it out there. As long as it's respectable and you're not like yelling.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you don't know anything. No, it's like, what's your point? I'll give you my point. Oh, you have this one, I have a counter. Okay, let's go back and forth. It's a debate. Yeah.
And that's what makes us great as a country. You don't have to believe what I believe. You have to, but you have to have a debate and not start name calling,
right?
And start hollering and start, you're wrong because I'm right. It's
right.
And that's to my point from earlier is that we can disagree about the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, the how, but at the end of the day, we should still be able to sit down around the table, break bread, have a drink, and be cordial.
Yeah, and that's like people said, Biden ain't my president. He is my president, even though I didn't vote for him. The American public voted for him.
Biden or Trump?
Biden. I'm saying no. They voted Biden in. Even though I didn't vote for him, it doesn't matter. He's the president of the United States, and I have to stand behind him because we are one country and we are one people. And now Trump's the president, and I stand behind him. And if Kamala became president next term, I would be behind her because she's our president. I mean, I can't. You got to stand behind who's leading our country, regardless, even if you don't agree.
Can you imagine if JD, which I know he will, like I'm willing to put money on it, JD Vance will be the next president, and he will be in for 2 terms.
I agree too.
Then we can have the whole thing to where in 4 years from now, I've mentioned this earlier, 4 years from now, where you go to a college campus and you say, can men get pregnant? They'll look at you like, that's dumb.
Oh, here comes the wife. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Don't interrupt.
Oh, don't be apologizing. Let her come on out here. Hi, Kimmy.
I want to yell at Vidal.
Oh,
there you
Oh
go.
boy.
You're gonna
Oh
yell
boy.
at me.
Why do you think you should be entitled to your opinion, but everybody else is not?
He didn't say that.
He did. He said, I'm posting everything on my page that I want to post, but when he posted, all I want to do is argue with him. Don't argue with him. If you don't like it, move the fuck on.
Oh, there you go.
That's your words.
It's a debate. It's a contra.
But
it's
he's
a counter.
okay with debating on somebody else's post, but he don't like it done on his.
It's because he won't come on my page and speak his opinion on my page, but I go on his page and I do it free willy nilly, and I don't care, and I back up my fucking facts. I back up what the fuck I say. If he doesn't feel comfortable enough with coming on my page and sharing his opinion on my post, when I do the opposite to him, I go on his page, I share my opinion. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's his choice, but
I love you, Vidal.
I hope that was
You're such a drama mama.
the answer. I don't know.
That's funny.
I got to hook your computer up to your
That's
TV
it. I'm
out
going
there.
back to my shed. Watch you guys. Bye.
All right.
I
Well,
know.
thanks for showing up for a little while.
Texting earlier, and I was like, wait a minute. If she's gonna say something to me, I'm like, shit. What did Sarah just tell her?
No.
I love how you're blaming Sarah straight off. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not blaming her. I'm just asking, what did Sarah say her? Because Sarah was up there when me and my buddy was over, and
Taking shots. Yeah, nobody invited me to take a shot.
yeah, I think we did like 6 or 7 shots.
Where is it?
That bottle's gone. Oh,
Good night, Keith. You've been drinking too much. Too many cheers for you.
No, it's I am so tired right now. I still got.
I already
still
told
gotta
her.
have a
I
can.
was like, hey, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna have a cigarette. I'm gonna tell the guys, hey, you got.
Yeah, it's been a long 8 minutes. I like your idea of time, though.
And that was
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
35 minutes ago.
let me shorten up the camera.
Thank you.
Oh, you didn't like just seeing her eyeballs? She was like Wilson there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you decided to come out and join us for a little while.
Yeah, I got to get back to sewing, though.
Sewing.
Yeah,
Sewing will be there when you get back.
I saw the pictures, Kim, and it looks absolutely wonderful.
thank you. I got to sew it together now. All right. Bye,
Excellent.
guys. Bye, Joe. Sorry I interrupted you.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Bye, babe.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Love you too, babe.
I love you, too. Who was that? Yeah?
What the hell?
Yeah.
It might have been Joe too. Joe might have been thinking it. He just didn't say it.
I love you all.
What?
And good night.
Did you see Keith blowing the kisses? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe's like, whatever. I don't need no more bitches.
Next time she's gonna stand up and she's gonna start doing the princess wave as she walks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shut my door. You're letting all my heat out.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Letting all my heat out.
Yeah, just still wearing a jacket. I got, I've already went through almost a whole 100-pound tank of propane coming out here and hanging out with you guys for the last couple of months.
Wow.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. Sorry you did that, but I appreciate that.
You're not sorry.
No, kind of, really. I mean, you're suffering for
Well,
for
next
the
time you
cause.
come up and visit your daughter, let me know because I got a Budweiser sign that we got to meet up with to exchange.
Ooh. Are you guys
I
gonna
still
do
gotta
that?
figure out which
Budweiser
laser I
sign?
told you I was going to give you, because I think the laser wasn't the one in the big orange case. I think it was the one that's under my table.
I was just trying to get a laser for free, but
Well, the
I
one
mean,
that's under my table, you can have
I
that.
don't know. You gave me enough shit about the Budweiser sign that I was like, I think it was like a week or so ago. I was like, dude, I want to mail it to you, but I feel it's
This
gonna get
laser
fucking
here,
broken.
this laser here, I'll give you for free. That's all the cables that are stuck with it, but
All right.
that's about altogether. That's probably about $300 worth of laser.
It's probably close to the same price as that neon.
Yep. The other one that I've got over in the corner, which I thought you said you were talking about, which is one under my heater. That one's about $1,000. And then
Yeah.
that's the one that I use well, that's Budweiser cans, but that's the one I use all the time. And that's about a $1,500 one.
I like your pyramid, but no, I mean, I'm not asking for or looking for a free printer or free engraver. I'm just like, hey,
Well, I still got even
you give me enough shit about this light. Next time we meet up, it's yours.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, that one down there, I won't use it anymore. It's a small one. It's a 5-watt. So
Perfect, perfect for a beginner, though, right?
perfect. But you have to. Then I probably got them around here somewhere. If I got them and I can find them, I'll give you safety glasses. And you gotta get 'em. No, you have to have them. No,
I got safety glasses right here.
no, you don't. Not for laser. Yep. And Joe, thanks for hanging around. I seen your private chat, so
Yeah, well, I was just telling him I'm thinking we're gonna wrap pretty soon anyway. I'm so tired right now. It's not even funny. Joe, don't take this the wrong way, but it's probably a good thing you're not going live tonight because I feel really guilty trying to stay up long enough to make it there.
Man, I'm tired. Like when I first came on, you're asking about it. I was like, I kind of want to, but man, I'm tired. Like it's a lot of sleepless nights, and then a few hours here, a few hours there, and it's like tonight. I was like, no, I'm gonna probably not do it. Just crash out.
So what's going to end up happening, everybody that's watching, don't tune Joe out, because he'll go and take a hour power nap, and then he'll be back.
Like,
Because
let's go. I'm powered up. Let's go, guys. Let's get this money.
He's probably got a Monster Energy drink somewhere hiding around there.
If the market was good, then yeah, I would stream tonight. But I mean, it's just boring. It's like crazy boring. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned it today that I get some really great questions. So of course I go live on my channel, then I go live on Piper's channel, and then I go live again later on my channel, midnight Eastern time sometimes. And then it's like the questions for the past 2 weeks have been like really great. But now it's like I'm not getting any questions because I've already answered them all. And I said, maybe I'm going live too many times. So maybe I need to go live just a few more. But my goal is to reach those people who are brand new into crypto. And because, man, I don't want them to get bamboozled. And they're going to get bamboozled. Everybody, flash.
Yeah, but nobody, Joe, I completely understand what you're saying. And I just want to say this is nobody new is getting into crypto when the market is like blood red for days on end, if not weeks on end. It's like when it's like dark green on like Coin 360 for like a couple days, then yeah, that's when you need to start doing videos because then you're gonna start getting to all the new people. But
right,
it's like I was talking to CCM the other day. I was all like, dude, like I want to make videos. I want to, start my channel, but it's like, what's going on in crypto right now? Nothing. Mining is fucking dead. I don't really know enough about trading to talk about trading. Like I'm more of a miner, more of a staker, but it's like there's really nothing to talk about right now. So it's like,
yeah, I did a video. I think it's like 20, 25, 20. I think about 25 minutes. And so I recorded it, and I was like, when I was gonna record it, I was like, you know what? It's gonna be a straight record. no editing, no nothing. I recorded about 25 minutes of it, and it came out okay. You know, I could have taken out some blank spots or whatever, and I was like, nope, because that right there would take me like good 2-3 hours editing it out. Maybe I said, and I did say a few phrases a few times that personally I don't like doing that. I want, if, because those are just filler words, you know. So I'll edit those out, and then that 25-minute video will be about 17-18 minutes, but it'll take me like 3 hours. And then it's like, I get 20 views. Nah, not worth it. So I just did
So
it.
I used to watch like we're doing now live, and I haven't brought it up for a while, but Savage Mind, everything he did was live because you don't catch what you're thinking is important. You know, like filler words, sometimes it's just when you're doing it live, I guess it's different. You know, and I watch that guy every chance I got just because you screw up, you screw up.
Right.
Like you do on all your live shows. You know, you're showing the markets, you're showing this, and his was more towards mining, so it is different. But I remember one time he did an hour live show trying to show how to mine this coin and could not get it. He's like, okay, I'm done. If I figure it out, I'll come back and do another live show and show you how to do it.
Right.
You know, kind of like Keith, he did a poll. What do you want me to try to mine tonight? And he didn't do it because he had all these. But it was the greatest, in my opinion. You know, I think unscripted.
Yeah, I was going to say that's something to the authenticity of things like that. I agree. You know, to some degree. I don't know. Yeah, live streams. I like the live streams because
I love them.
Yeah, it's where it goes, you know, and especially if you are engaging like the chat, that kind of thing, because they'll take you in the direction they want to go. You know, I'm not saying you have to follow the chat, but you get my point. Like, especially like this. I mean, the chat drives half the show, for crying out loud.
Right.
Well, because when you get to that dry spot and you don't know what to say, the chat's doing it for you.
And then you turn to the chat, and then they give you things to talk about, which is definitely a helper, especially on a live stream. But
beyond that, at least you know that they're paying attention to what you're talking about right now, and they're engaged in what you're saying, which is nice. Nice. You know, it's good for building the community.
So we must
think about it. But this laptop that I bought, the new one, this laptop's going to work with me on Monday. And I'll be able to pay more attention because the laptop doesn't restrict me like that tablet I had at work does. So, and I work in the office by myself. I choose to go to an office. I could be here every day. I could be right here. And I think I've showed you, I got everything set up for my work.
Yep, you did.
But I like separating home from work, so I leave every day to go to work and I rent a space.
I gotcha.
So I've got the laptop. It's charging right now. It's going to go in my laptop bag. And
on Monday,
I'm trying to catch you more.
On Monday, you can't forget Joe. Wait, this side. Joe and I, Monday morning, 11 a.m.
Right, 10 a.m. for me.
That's right. You're Central Time, so yes, 10 a.m. for you. Yes, correct.
Dude, it was so cool.
But anyways,
it was so amazing last time because I did your stream 11 to 12. I think it was 11 to 12, and then my stream 12 to I think like 2 or whatever it was. And no, I think it was one day. I was late. I was late for my stuff because it was on a Monday, I think.
Yeah, it was last Monday.
Did you go later? Did you stream later, or was it 11?
No, I went at 11 because you said you might be there, but then you messaged in the middle of my stream, was like, yeah, I ain't making it.
Yeah. So what time did you stream later on that day?
I did. That was the second one I did when Trump said he was going to do that announcement. Yes, at 1 o'clock. Correct.
So I was on your stream from 1 to whatever time.
Yes.
And then I started my stream once we finished yours.
Yes.
And then once I finished that one, then I did Piper's stream. So I did 3 streams back to back,
Literally in a row.
Finished
Yeah.
one, started one, finished one, started one. So that was a record for me because I've done. So I have 2 records. One, I've done 5 streams in a day, and then the other record is 3 streams back to back. Literally, I finished one, I'm already on the other one. So that was pretty cool.
And Joe beat the Matrix that day because he scheduled you forwarded a live stream before you were out of the live stream.
Right. So I was on one account,
yeah,
and then I forwarded it to my other account, and then I finished this one and I started this one. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, wow.
Joe beat the Matrix. He was the architect that day.
Nice. Oh yeah, man. Good job.
I just put a link in the private chat for an entry for that laser that I'm going down to do on the 27th of this month. So in 20 days, I'm going down to be in a live stream down in Louisiana.
I remember you talking about that. Yep.
And I didn't even think about it before to give you a bunch more entries because every day you can go in and do it. I've got 179 entries so far.
Dang.
And if I would have thought about it before, that's probably going to be anywhere from a $2,000 to $3,000 laser.
Oh, fuck.
God bless you, my friend. Oh, there it is.
Sorry, I don't have StreamYards pulled up. Oh.
There you go. Now he's got it. All right.
That's one thing I do. Whenever I'm gonna sneeze, it's like, oh, where's the camera? Where's the
button? Yeah.
And then I'll go, and I hit it the very last second, and then like, all right, I'm back.
That's my problem. Is I got a microphone over here, and I hit the mute button because I'm doing it. I don't mute StreamYards. I got a microphone button, and then I forget to unmute, and I'm sitting there trying to talk. Bless you. But I'm trying to talk, and then all of a sudden it goes, "You're muted."
Yeah, been there, done that too many damn times. Too many damn times. I don't know, guys. What do you think? We're in about 3.5 hours. I say we wrap this puppy up. Seeing we're not taking anybody over to Joe's tonight. What do you say? You guys good to wrap it up or what?
Yeah.
I guess my bar's closed.
Yeah,
bar's closed.
I've done a few too many shots, but I'm still
forgot to tell everybody who's watching, and I'm sorry. Last call was like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, last call 30 minutes ago.
There it is. There it is. Listen, I wanna first off tell everybody what's going on my channel for the week, and I'll let you guys do the same. But before I do that, I want to acknowledge we have solidly had over 70 people for this entire stream live on X.
Where's your sound effects?
All so much for your
sound
support
effects?
on X. I mean, right now, as we speak, I got 75 people watching on X, and that's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. We've had a few people, 3 throughout the course of everything that I can see on Facebook. So Facebook not as popular with me. I mean, I got a couple of stragglers that are regulars, but that's about it. And for everybody who was on YouTube, thank you. Appreciate that. Don't forget, if you're still here on YouTube, smash up that like button, and if you're new, sub. Appreciate that. It really does help. Just so everybody knows, honestly, I'm doing an entire recording session with BC Port Corp. You heard me ask them about it. That's tomorrow. We have like a 3-hour recording session scheduled for a new series that I'm putting together. So once I get a couple more videos recorded, I've already done one with Crypto Billy. Tomorrow's BC Port Corp. And then I'm going to be reaching out to Army Piper to try and pull the first few together. And then I'm going to start putting that series out. So stay tuned for that. Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Joe and I will be live as always on Monday talking the debt of all things and other stuff. We'll try and bring some lively stuff to that as well. Tuesday night, if all goes well, we haven't kind of ironed out all the details yet. Wait, am I getting it right? That way. Bedell,
Bedell.
BC Port Corp, and I will be live on Tuesday night, this Tuesday night around 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to talk about, I'm not sure yet, so stay tuned. You'll see what's going on with that. And then I'll be dropping a couple more videos during the course of the week, some clips to catch you guys up on what's been going on here. Guys, let's see. Joe, you got anything that you want to throw out to everybody?
Don't feel like you have to be in a trade. So kind of bringing it back to crypto. Don't feel like you always have to be in a trade. If you are trading, make sure you have a stop loss in place. Make sure you have a plan in place, and just be careful out there. There's a lot of volatility out there. So just manage your risk. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And what I would strongly recommend is, if the market is not great, study. Go to websites, watch videos, spend time. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself before you invest in the market. That's pretty much all I got. I go live every day, Monday through Friday. The times are on Monday through Friday, it is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday and Sunday at 5. I might do Sunday at 4 though. That way we can go to Crypto Billy's.
Crypto Billy after that. I was going to ask about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but and then of course I go live sometimes at midnight Eastern Time, but tonight not so much, just because kind of tired. But
Gotcha.
Check me out. I show you. For my channel, it's more so for the beginner. Not only that, but some of the experienced traders, they like seeing the stuff that I do, because I break it down, and a bunch of the stuff that has been taught, I show you through experience versus like going to a website and just reading it off to you. I show you what actually works.
Yeah, and he makes it super simple to understand. And if you ask a question, he'll give you a good analogy that will help you if you're completely new. I'm just saying, the man is good, so you really need to be following him. And again, links to all of these guys that have been here tonight, if they have a YouTube channel, it's in the description. Make sure you go ahead and follow them. Bedell, anything you want to throw out there before we wrap up for the night?
The markets are down. It's kind of shitty, but I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm still getting hit up by people that, oh, what about the stock market? Why don't you invest in this stock? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm into crypto. And they're like, well, stock market. I'm like, no, I'm good. But so, not saying they're scammers, not saying they're trustworthy, but make sure that they dot their I's and they cross their T's before you even think about looking at them. Because if there's one misspelled word in that whole paragraph that they try to send you through an email or a text message, it's normally probably just a scam. And the scams are only going to get smarter and worse once the market starts to turn green on either market.
Yep. And we've seen some nasty scams recently. Let's just put that out there.
So I'm going to go back to what we were talking about earlier. Is ChatGPT, they can say whatever they want, and it turns out perfect every time. Still be careful, even if it's spelled right.
Well, that's not, you're not wrong. A lot of these latest scams haven't had a lot of spelling errors like the originals. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But a lot of them don't actually make sense, though, too, I feel. Like, if you can read, like, 3 sentences and, like, it's like a paragraph that doesn't still make sense. It's like, if you read it and it brings questions in your mind, it's...
Yeah, if your gut is telling you something, follow your gut, man. Follow your gut. Shuby, anything else you want to throw out before we wrap?
Nope. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I appreciate you supporting Keith. And CryptoCoinMindSet is what I'm talking about. If people don't know who you are, your personal name,
No, that's fine. Appreciate it.
I enjoy coming out and hanging out with you guys every single Friday night as long as I can. So,
yeah,
Friday
guys,
night
Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
love
check
Fridays.
us out every Friday.
Yeah, love Fridays. It's great. Just sitting here shooting the shit.
If as a community, if we can get Keith's watch hours up, we're trying to get him monetized here. I'm setting over 30 days from now, but I don't know what you got to do. So
I like your thinking. Well, I'm doing all I can. I'm going live. I'm putting out the videos. I'm doing what I can do. So, all right, everybody, we're gonna head out. Appreciate you being here. Don't forget, next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, like Joe just said, we will be live here again, shooting the shit, having a drink, and enjoying ourselves. So we'll see you for all the crypto interests that are going on between now and then. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
There it is. I'm like,